on a 2-year deal. Breaking news.
But
breaking news confirmed.
This like
following a comprehensive evaluation.
Let's go.
Of technical team and players' performance in the recent concluded Ghana Premier League season, the board of Accra House of Folk has implemented a strategic change to strengthen the team's effective immediately. Coach Masu Ramani has been appointed as head coach on a 2-year contract. The licenses UEFA Pro licenses Commander has it.
No, because I'm a back transfer discussions on table. You shouldn't trust anyone. Because when the issue came up, a coach placed the call to Mpadimfo House of Folk. They gave him 24 hours to make things right. And as we speak, they've confirmed the manager. You don't trust anybody when it comes to this business. And I think that my coach no benya juma for coach back no. Benya juma bi na never but all game now. Botafogo for no boy now. It was total dominance from Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain bobo natural zampa. Only European champions. Say ye tournament no. Say ye pre-tournament favorite. No me one of them ampa. The game and performance no mo year against Botafogo was evident ampa. They are one of the favorite to win the FIFA Club World Cup. But they did what was expected of them. I mean, Botafogo Forum. They came into the game with the mentality said, if you leave Paris Saint-Germain to play football, if you leave them to control the game, they are going to hurt you. So the DIABY said, we won't give them the opportunity to get whatever they need. And to him, a lot of fouls and so to me also in the game. And said the none one NJC again, it was only evidence that Nasa had an NCB member. A branch of Gregory, he had not less than 4 fouls and so in the first half. Just to make sure that each and every single timer, Paris Saint-Germain in control, or more trying to transit from defense to attack, he'll make sure say why they need for. And it's one regional, they had team find Paris Saint-Germain. So it's something that now the team should try and see that teams that are physical against Paris Saint-Germain, I be call the team because in inviting how flan but they are skinny and they can't give you that sort of physicality in midfield. So if you want to go toe to toe with Paris Saint-Germain, definitely you can't match them. So what you need to do is you give them your physical presence in the game. And so but I'm going for team this guy Alan, he's played in the Serie A, ball Udinese, ball Napoli, or the ball Everton. So one person or don't know can won your bias our guy no, and be to me cause you and so to me the moment. Yeah, football no, and we are seeing a lot of talent and so FIFA Club World Cup now. Yes, so Manchester United a ball Galatasaray Muninada. So they had that experience kaka in their game and so to me a ball mo. Normally see a World Cup na say and you fluke. See a World Cup, that's all person ball moment World Cup no one year. You talk of Brazil, you be talking about the Argentinas and other stuff. Or what buy, or one man say evidence say a bus a World Cup no that's one kwan there. Or more or nimbo and on what train. I'm not saying that any of the team but when UEFA teams in the ball first one we are now Obiansha, we are talking about it. I mean the European teams. Free other continent boy and Obiancho. We are talking about that. Yeah. For Yema Bona almost ultimately lose here. We should talk about them. And performance is sounding. If you look at them and you see how they are playing football, they are giving you everything you need in football. And that is the essence of the FIFA Club World Cup. I think that I enjoy the game personally. But once again, Dembele Chelsea will need to know there's some sort of I am found here team. In Kakra, Ramos Luis Enrique said he can't lead the line for him. If you look at him and the number of times now Luis Enrique shouting on him, trying to let him do the right things at the right times it tells you so on each and every single time. Or Chelsea football never say no man or Portugal or Janho and about France. He's not been able to live up to that expectation in and so I think that it was a good game. Wow, you could see that Paris Saint-Germain dominating But Botafogo for were doing the right things, making sure say you won't get the opportunity to hurt us. And I think that to perfect now, we are going to enjoy a lot of games. Yes, starting a tournament, I mean, when see, I should be 10 years, and I was not seeing and feeling the tournament. But I think that who games, I say, admire that sort of the essence of the FIFA Club World Cup. So we are watching games. That Estaval guy for Chelsea, they've got themselves a good player. The only thing that Enzo Maresca be encofa problems so is for them to be able to manage on a Kopama. Because if you listen to the boy no more Bena, he enjoyed playing as a number 10. The position and will enjoy your ball. But that is the play for the campaign. In the last 2 seasons, if you look at Chelsea's team, he's been one of their very best players. So if somebody is coming in, no why what that number 10 now, a bench questions to a coach in the tables. Say he'll be able to deal with that questions, and get answers. And if he's able to get the answers, I think you have a good player. Like in Western times, or Bob Moore, they were left in as well. And then against Ali, if you look at the game, he tells you he's a good game. For a player to play for any team, Palmeiras, now all that sort of a performance, 13 goals and 9 assists in 31 appearances last season. And then you're FIFA Club World Cup, should tell you Chelsea and your gem. And he is able to adapt to system, which of course I believe will be adapted. Because you're soft bar in Jama and Yenima Basabasa. And Oba London, so when any papa and mammy Oba London. So, said the amount for him say Western Times, talent are by group, a name and a best. And this is someone they feel. So, also talent, maybe we are left footed here, but he's close to Neymar. None man any papa ban. I think they're a good one because London, we done money bar. A coffee any money mobra. Ko London a hot day. Landing bridge you be guess wo bibia ho ensanie bibia nie e available sika wo ho ubenya bia di one way afei na ora kofi ho bra ba so be one man bo so Chelsea are a player and off the field too they are getting something that a bell ring bell in the boys head say you came to play football nakobo and if they get that in the boy they are going to enjoy him. I enjoy him play ali for na kire yen say yenkrum hanomie omie huhu de kire yen o ma kire yen say e ba Africa ha omuni bo ne bo ampa obi anti no omombo but omo fru koduru soro ha o ma kire nsem say akakra because if you look at them anyhow see your omo ncheda nye huhu bi asa but this is the FIFA Club World Cup the kind of performance of modern agino enye huhu bi a ye nya one win pe Sanders pe na yu na mai ntino me should tell you in football no ntina ye nya draw back eno ntina keto kraku ne general secretary alcohol just to give morale to the African teams no mutim mo body so I support keto kraku ne ye na you makọ bia so to yes omo ma support na bia no and so or your second vice president ne makafo into my boys no Ghana
teams ne dey obi anduru ada
I catch you kotoko next season. So that is what is easier to
OJ confidence cap.
No, I won't even call hobby.
So more OJ confidence cap now. Then probably next year, I'm about Champions League. They get there.
Yeah,
that is what he's saying. So what I say, Chelsea be ball a Flamengo. Okay, no problem. But Felipe Luis here, Juma Jenebe a 2 possession based teams never able. Enzo Maresca and Felipe Luis, former Chelsea player. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting. Nobody should miss it for anything. Where the power.
Am I sure?
Oh, who's careful? Yeah, Krobia that was it. Krobia, can I assume say an OB in Yaji? Krobia does it.
Yeah, I'm only a Regi Champions League. We are one Yaji.
Cloud the century. Cloud of the century. DIABY, I think say oh baby.
seba eba be rame timi ere ma ne ye joda sere wonim no ye jama kosi se no no bebo etimi ede apai mu na afi apije mu na de akebe ato aso ere ma me dini Abu Dhabi luta ken o de ebeko akwa mu amano ne bare ne ensema ye de ba no edo so pa ye beri nkomo ono no big game e so the nation Wembley Sereniama is here Quena to Tiana na ye reporters a one no more dos ye pa o Serename Citia Ricardo Vasono Abi Mohamed no ho and our face no Ima Labi a cameraman on the Coco Ramo na Maestro Ababak Luta so Ababak a dinefia fully packed Koma ye de bano a dos Luta Kiri ever call Amanone na ya Amanone Semne Kakra. The FIFA Club World Cup near whatever transfer window no Odube Romo Diogo Jota any new friend Andre Silva or Mufimono ye draw mo cracker but still near my Odona Guso Bobo Edeba Wichia or the update to the Beba Ababi Rametimi Ediama Serameken on there Koto Kone Hats about you know Jezena Unya player a bonus big game no Wejama Bobby Eriama teams na you know na no din Comontine former Heart of Full Krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko Wafa Omo center back Efen Mohamed Al Hassan ebe journey of video mana ye no edidi nkomo na wa cheche nema bia ni so a ebe boa na nema de da ye pa etimi ede amana ne ye program no ye dedicated manu abi Mohamed Zanzane orwani chemo Victory Club Warriors o maso ya no ena ya appointing sombra etimi emma meye the sporting director for Manotino special one na just the professor what yanim jumade we ya wadi ne niam ade awram no ye ne munyam hye kese a ekwede amabusuako ni nyina so special one congratulations on your appointment Okorwa Kwakobo Ejuma na boa mane amakoye perament to join on Facebook Fakye TV wa follow wa like wa share on YouTube Fakye TV or subscribe ne kama pa na wa bomode na wa sign I like wa share na nua anya biara adwenchere betimi afa on the Facebook or ye back in carry amount on YouTube we back in carry amount amom no ye WhatsApp line SMS no 020 754 3637 abwa na nyama de ye pray tibiara about tibiara o quick ya kware ba pe misunku malewa oguju bye bye ozonto motoro luta kene banwa ba be breaking it down attaching it down ajeja mu yompo etibiara ma wa ohwe ne wa uti entino amida 1 amida 2 amida hit maker no ebe bana de akebia ore ato aso da man tiara o quick ya koma ya pe de aketo aso etibiara ma for wa join na wa yin share ye power pa ni na ze ne koma ye de bana no de makase me mana ba oba be breaking it down attaching it down ajeja mu yompo era me ahwe for ni ye tie for example basia no zampa na ma no ne be ye de na on so na ye shi na am say heater okotra fie amen pania ye de awo ni ndro de anom no or the ababi jina zampa release on heat obana wabe bwana ne ma dade da ma kin bibia aboko de
kwa kunyame adom na so e
mezomo de awie zumu de wa ma no ne
oh yes so far e bia sha so mo resume for pre-season
oh okay
so the players no movement e be hwa won sem A lot wa pa ye dey ba.
Na me team man you for one bar for we no.
United ababa.
Manchester United.
United ababa.
So unim say me team back no.
O minim da.
Man United.
O minim.
Me team back no. E dey omo ye business part me for Masempa.
Okay.
Manchester United.
As omo tete a papa ne be pim no ma be fa ko.
Sa. E wo so a na ye so no ma ba be tabiri en call for bi. O times no kan say tabiri wa.
Oh yes.
No ma ba be tabiri bi de ne call. United e Madrid for any omo kapa e na for ne omo.
Okay.
Ye ne omo kapa. E ze momo ne Barcelona. So za Arsenal so omo na for ne Barcelona.
Du dia dia na omo be fa de call.
Yeah.
Du ba bi kra na fa bo mo ka. Ye be tete so. Edin.
Mo ye se mo ne ye be ya yonko, ba ye ne mo nya yonko. Cause mo ni adwen papa ye ho. Mo hye bibia mo pese mo nhye. Enti ye ne mo nya ye na for ne Manchester United ne Chelsea for. And a Liverpool for Arsenal account.
Is the one you to say my boss of 1 year?
But I fear bet Siamo.
So,
now again, Becram if you Joe carries Robana.
Oh, said the baby done it yet. You see, if no any be. And yet, Arsenal is so pet, or no, so Arsenal.
Sir, boy,
oh, say United call ye. United, ye don't bet him be.
Okay.
And Jenny friend Manchester United. Oh, Jenna Ferguson coach here. And I'm running and pay one. We can also there be on sporting project. Very sexy, very encouraging. About one development. Arsenal. This Arsenal no.
And I was choosing Arsenal over Manchester United.
Oh yes, cash Arsenal the money more there.
Oh okay.
Now on man they said the United for so what 30 million afa before Nana ko.
Maybe I do no.
Aye.
Onana.
The price tag aba.
Onana.
Oh yes.
Can I mean jamu fam when I pass ya call for a train if you run mama on your call.
And some doors when you be breaking it down. Now you're touching it down. Now you're knocking it down. Ni anya daje jamu yom power mo nsemo na my MON-FRI usama see of football mo fanshase ama mo nyina say o play mo Liverpool o play of Portugal ya no adwuma piti ama mo o worry ye ncheye wo G Premier League ncheye na as part of the holidays one of the brother Andre Silva o celebrate holidays no o spend vacation and a fofia nto atani agona bamo aduane si jasoma nkyereka guye ni nyina nse owura friend Diogo Jota dan ponkum so ayena baso man sampi ne si ye ama no pembe ye adwuma adwuma wo for CR7 kwa we Portugal national team captain one copy anko for Supano enam sumani nua ba Katia Avero ene maame babo ntibe kasa ye ema Luis Diaz last year ya kidnap ne papa eso Colombia ema appointment Diogo Jota by then go yusu ni jersey number 7 edition solidarity adman edin sempiaba na maame mfan twitwa se na nwumre Liverpool for the sembia twitwa almost in ebe show a 1 hour tribute show so far with Liverpool TV pe show ni nan say de kai Diogo Jota ni taste Liverpool na problem nsem de eba show 1 hour show a tribute to de eba na atune our long tribute show to Diogo Jota and we 6 p.m. GMT and as such no petima toka na almost title no remembering Diogo our number 20 remembering Diogo our number 20 and tonight Liverpool about 6 p.m. GMT Liverpool TV so be show channel pa ya de be toka nyina ba bremo enya no kwa na Liverpool for say the boy ni brand mo no sabi omunya bayifo ba ene nche so mani nso ade ene omunya opa kwasea ene omun so madwene na ye ka delayed Diogo Jota so for Liverpool for say new book of condolence no on say odishie bi hu oprimpon bi hu otitiro bi hu a opekọ no mo de book ato ukọchia na watwe din na watwe bibi kakra eso de ahya no omo say nkan pa na wiye ye omo sa de another 2 days at the account as a physical book of condolence no ni nyina no so omo de ato ene opetimi ase akọ Liverpool aso ho na wakwa kwotro na wakwa kwachia na bibia ye kama o kire be say ya adwuma ne nyina no say omo de 2 additional days at the account as a physical book of condolence on boy na Jogo Jota da Amfoda obitu at the air kind and Jepa na mame mfantu anem as a supporters members almost see a friend of 9 a.m. Ekwese 8 p.m. Bukuni dawa ukwa opetima sign ama bia sweat my fine na mame mfantu ka as a ukopie mo Brentford almost a resume for a pre-season na report amente as a place in before training session team observe a minute of silence at the delayed Jogo Jota player come out me pacho a technical team together with the playing staff and one more Kenyano omunyina etimi kama etimi observe esma bako at the kai delayed Jogo Jota and no Japa Jamamo now former Liverpool player John Adley and opinion so Reverend John Adley so etimi koya Reverend Jogo Jota and then the brother Andre Silva on behalf of Forever Red on so Liverpool Forever Red Obejomanam so ebe edin floral tribute to pae what in a hurry upakane can hurry what in flower ekoto Jogo Jota na you know my so I'm a piaso ye kama or represent Forever Red I'm a piaso ye kama na Liverpool fan bako akwa tattoo no Jogo Jota wakwa tattoo so ajato no was sit on so the pay tribute at the ama delayed Jogo Jota tattoo in a dancer was he wears the number 20 he wears the number 20 and delayed Jogo Jota Liverpool fan dia on soye and ye church amutiamamo mabi wo Liverpool dia mami fan share reverse na mi pia aisa klasika kwani ya monchemonka na ponshe kanam so but queen a chance of drive an HG na your banner kwatna front wall na open e gear livana open kona wo se hu nyina drive and defa your points na me patcho Ibrahim Konate and me patcho through intermediaries Ababetoka Nina say I can 1 season now what the Liverpool contract now premier Liverpool man another contract proposal was a insult insufficient and said Jumana why Liverpool for an insult na Jamaican so far Liverpool at your phone so remodel so their first intermediaries so as omuni Liverpool kasa na Jamaican as a Liverpool intermediary any prime Konate team komo enom danse Konate ya pesa o toss about Liverpool na den awuje ana pesa yan town was it ya me Liverpool ntimi nya mamedia mon kanche wo mo ese so mo patomia emprem sama way only one team pair and I'm Ibrahim Konate mepo mon tomin ko you was say team pair was a Real Madrid and your Madrid and your team pia pass away na Liverpool so ba dem pempem sika wo wiase nyina ono Konate on quarter and yes aja mon je safata na Luis Diaz opakano pamia story p adimao asend Barcelona move no after Nico Williams and then collapse here no and some pinapa na unim say me patron entourage no omo inform ba munchin asa prime ya available enu ya Jamaica asa Luis Diaz omo inform ba munchin na onu ade atuka asa onya Bundesliga na opepo ente sabo ba munchin omo ekotena se na eba supervisory board na omo kwesense center dako se ebefa ompema sporting director Max Ebel atusana mono ama biaso tma fine eno edeba na Luis Diaz verbally they made our agreement with team of Liverpool one more verbal agreement wajatum na no enye documented and enye written where I have verbal asset no crash offer me ba na range of 82 million euros. Omo permanent kwan amana ko say Barcelona buy ten as a Barca around 82 million euros. And Alcofa Luis Diaz as for Adinapa and no Adiapa. Now Luis Diaz the entire or person from Liverpool and I may be Chomo and I may be Bow and Chomo. The answer or say the salary. Naketia and will Liverpool no Sabi Ice and Tonton Ba ni boot no and Tonton 2 weeks. Ne ba a boot and salary tier. Let's a papa and Shadam Conquer and so the Juma wa yeah at moment salary kitty and Omotimano or Brania. Po edia pesika dacha nkwama opetiti opeta ono na push ho sesika no eye bebredi ma no eno edia pa mamnom 5 Manchester United players omo se ekwanta ho ukwasika upa ompetimi eja no ama wode na kọ bakwe Marcus titration Rashford so far wode sika pa wode ne peko 43.1 million pounds eno achi Onana eye 30 million pounds utwa Anthony 30.1 million pounds. South Malaysia with 6.1 million pounds. And Jadon Sancho 24.1 million pounds. Leandro Garnacho 38.8 million pounds. Omne players so far United. As one can come from Momotawa. Better resist Kasamai. Pay around 172.2 million pounds or more epitome. Sa Onana Jenny Frima on between receive 142.2 million pounds. Onana Janet to Jano Bibafa. I had 30 million pounds, 172.2 million pounds. And no Adapa na Jadon Sancho. Latest update from Juve. Nina so Ramo Juventus almost say contacted Manchester United and Central now trade Romia. Nina say United a person top no wakwa so dia wakwa etam kwekwe at United and Tom person mo pon karat omo pon Galaway edi from so Juve so mo pe and am taka sa ponchi kan kum no stop panas a poncha ka kum no wonye a ponchi funo Nina Sakana Pano and Sancho say United one Panchasa was Zupe and Chaso Zuku and Chasa Wasa Omuchuve Dominion Omope, Jamesa Omuni Pen Kusube negotiate, not salary, not transfer fee, not Poma clarify, not to at my done. And we have Bruno Fernandes and Jogo Dallo and then a United resume our quarantine for pre-season. Now, sir, 2 key players where Jogo Dallo and Bruno Fernandes Omo another 2 days. As a Thursday and Omo Emra. That's about 3 days more. 4 days and Omo Damo some Thursday. Then you say Omo call for international duty. Opekaya. Season no eba na we omukopo UEFA Nations League enutino omudes and also spend on vacation limited asote and tomamo extra days as Jogo Dallo and a boy na Bruno Fernandes resume on Thursday and no Edeba na no Ramos United players resume here our current team. Ultra Amat Diallo Opaye Amas Arizume Samson Matheus Cunha na we latest player United as Opa car also in Pabufro also been driving it in the bar into Matheus Cunha as well a reporter Matthias delayed as well Fredrickson Opa Tom Heaton as well Samson Roma point of 18 heaven Opa and latest signing Jogo Leon on Swapa Kobe Mainwapa Mazrawi double employ Mesmont Opa Onana pa Joshua Zegzi and a Benevel Luxor Omunet me a report to them and a Piasu to me a camera and no edge at Tawam be church I'm a prom rum our quarantine and my young work to my pray as to Ajamamo na United players and patrol row na man for as to NW and Shark and a mame ya Pamunchin as to arrive at no any bar Omo enya abepiem na yetwa pa mu nchin kakra.
Ze viele will bleiben gut.
church etiamamo na epa munchi nyame atom omanya pa atachita after MON-FRI FIFA Club World Cup no aba PSG omo adwuma and Vincent company and asifam no omo pe conversing sign autographs kakra with air supporters na Thomas Muller and upon the 20 said days our pa munchi is over and up na we here opeka your primary school no be power now the day is over now the professor na chin bro on untimi kan ye bi ana Thomas Muller set ni days so pa munchi anya pa na we here eno ana so far team so arrive am a player so tuma ye kama ye church am breaking it down na ya touching it down na ya knocking it down eso adama mo tuma so na me wura mo pa munchi na ma pay adwuma bi adama mo na mo ma me nya adwuma bi o ha me mfa ema mo esa Rasmus Hojlund or say on the United or better now when you probably are called just a United I catch almost say or Mumpano or Mukatan so Mumpano on cra or Peco and yes our party on Rasmus Hojlund when you probably are called and no end summer why not at your tiga ye gentle breaking it down as so at the amamo na my fun to a name as so called Valencia or more Spain or more confirm some more player be you've had Xavi Guira almost almost say Atletico Madrid Arsenal Manchester United as well Arsenal no more on person improved contract very enhanced contract na otrechim na sika kema na opadwuma ati ama womo eno eje fropa na mamfanto zo Manchester City ebetotwa Nico Gonzalez omo sign winter January no na tontona Fatigare ama kosa fufuse na ama no afufulani ni no ento omo pese omo tono na dem se Pep Guardiola and Man City say he is not for sale omo ntoni na ntoni kira na o come plans o papa tuma me pray come after 6 months or by no omo say what justify so when you start to learn pumpa omo permanent na ono point yes obekokro mo mane nko enu ye Newcastle United esomo ho mo right full back number 2 Man City about esomo pen friend Livramento na sa Livramento no and the City for some promising asking price 80 million pounds and the City apa se beto 80 million pounds Denzel Dumfries ne boni 25 million pounds ya kwa yen sabeka enti Man City awam so na Denzel Dumfries omo pay on so for an activation clause for 25 million pounds from Samuel to 10th to 15th of July what the kwa Interbaje no ma jano kwa Barcelona so ram so na Denzel Dumfries omo pay enya pa eno edeba ye chamo so etama na City on pay ramo Italy Palermo akobo pre-season friendly be August 9 and Man City ni Palermo omu game ebetuka na Palermo omu so omu inaugural Anglo Parliamentary Trophy afei and omu ashase the main one Anglo Parliamentary trophy omu ebebono sa pacho omu ne Man City bebo na ombetuka Renzo Barbera Stadium ho ana gembe tuka aba play kama Ademola Lookman Atletico Madrid for some peno omu hwe ese play kama na urama Nigerian onu se priority sen ko bebo Spain La Liga no ekakra na mu Atletico Madrid forever West Ham United are show interest esom na Ademola Lookman onu so enya bad on person side no pa na obepem awo London ho eni fie na Ademola Lookman bebo adwuma na mo point no so far urama Atalanta eso omo ebebe eso omo club omo pe and on beton Lookman dina ko enye papia Lookman pe and obekire se me kokosi akan wa ha eno ediaba ma Nicholas Jackson ebeto do say red card and suspension wonko one try omo beton no offer bi ba obefri chance so oni bia akọ what Chelsea take the contract man we here on Nicholas Jackson born on him ball Liam Delap as striker bi ba amana hu Nicholas Jackson yes Liam Delap or fighting for position or papa tuma am a break coming 20 per bi akọ or papa ma Chelsea Chelsea day na Chelsea still Jametin say almost say boy friend Mike Mignon or Dadma AC Milan and then Max Allegri it me at a press conference for the first time as Milan manager and was in Niaje as Mike Mignon am ko pa bi a wotna bia no and a chance for such a moda monta na monwen tampe na moniti Paul as na wusiem free monum na pai no from January kind of last 6 months obeto free agent be sign free na sama wa babo e diamaye eno e Chelsea the floor pa ye church am breaking it down at am na Liam Dilap mam ne girlfriend no me patro gen e jai no when Liam Dilap na jai no gen na jano gen won fe Liana Paul gen di no na urama wo ye me patro model na ne girlfriend no oni ni jai no on set Dilap e wa America for FIFA Club World Cup na gen no oni na date for be 1 year ni and what Jakotuka said you can keep someone loyal by loving them harder. Gano and I didn't way Akotuka. I want in a jai and no ed tawa ye church and Muhammad Kudus. Jamaican Satotan for so far or more ediska air crowd somote art ons bonus so come Western Force derby or more dear or more pebonosos utia dancing cry boom. Not up front, what tres cannot to new bonus be Tottenham the Shemon, as some Mohamed Kudus and Kwamuyan said, a bus or what Tottenham, no much Premier League and a Champions League, almost he come to Tottenham said, West Ham said, now what happened mobile Premier League in the Champions League, a bus as he can muntia, and Tumi and Casa upon 20,000 a year 20,000, Jamaica 68 million euros. Or what to call West Ham, Bassate, I come no percentage, no packages be and no adjaba. Now, I'm from to Arsenal, Benjamin Sasko, Leipzig 19 million euros, or Montesuka press and Probertem, or Monteso, ama Arsenal, so Monteso dia, and you said Victor Joe Carres, or budget more than £200,000, and a 5-year deal, and a Victor Joe Carres, as to Airpine, Chelsea. By no ever Sata Leipzig, up a drum of Brian Kama, Naman Phantom Seke Brahma Tinelli, Ubra, Aso Awo Arsenal, a beto Saudi Arabian teams, an official offer Biamae, Jamaica Al Nassar, per target Fufro, and no Adjapa, Fana Beche, as some more Peliandro Trossard, Arsenal player, no, or more pen on a Chelsea Bompaye, Sir Arsenal Tonomieska, on the Cocofanoni Matueke, and Opemi Catcher Chelsea, or some Rezibe 60 million pounds and sir because of your financial fair play rules now preaching you know and yes sir play some team register more jofa competitions ama aswa yete jo mundapi asu jo kwanya sa so share abokura kwa no for e be test Chelsea for so no edge patron stones one him sesa or me patron e firm be company be e patron ni image right firm. The Image Right Company, me patro, omochimenya 13.6 million pounds now from endorsement and in Image Right, nina sa onene papa and a Standard Promotion Limited, onene papa ne rane na so far on the foot of the foot na 1.8 million pounds and a ultra last munya and a so far online advertisement and no ma be business and real estate business and other properties sika be na japa come on 13.6 million pounds and a John Stones in the Image Right firm as what menya as what Germano and we are Alonso Chasa or Bema and Drake Akopie aso on Abbas a right winger next season. Jamaican Alonso where aso Bema entry Abbo as a right winger. No plus what my camera Brad Juve any other clubs some open loan. Now Rodrigo and the Okotre na smiles Syrian kwa Rodrigo asira as a mutuni activation abie at Jamano good news Ababi Jamano Abra PSG Abram Arsenal Omunya somo per Rodrigo Rama Brian Kama. Now Luka Modric, the last man day, a Dwada a Chatwo, our Madrid player, and the Okotre, the last man day. Our Madrid and the FIFA Club World Cup and we pair when your Madrid player PM and my Madrid players or training. Now be Piasso Yakama or training Modric no Madrid players Alonso Nedicano, her players no Nepa or ever trainer Pia as to at me Ayakama and no and a Madrid players no Rodrigo Sidiano Sidianqua Militao no no Vinny Junior any boys na can echo na Dean Hoysen aswa kasa on say what the red card semi-final game again PSG want to be mobi they are making so golden opportunity Adema Rawo ese Rawo Asensio pebo chiro na wase prepare ma bi aswa twa kama no edeba na Madrid say so far coaching staff and players no mama family sira kwanya ese travel na mra na metwa semi-finals ni bi Madrid etimi rob our finals mra no maybe Alonso supervise training and a dasu kama nti Madrid players and a coaching staff jire busha for mama akwanya so America na MS support team no mehwe na FIFA Club World Cup semi-finals and games academy no asu entimi total emfa ema wo no by Didier Champs PM asu PSG ni Madrid game no akwakwa epi or kwa woni Gar Stephen and peko ninjina no sa urama Dietenier Kylian Mbappe Chouamini Dembele Desiré Doué Bakola, Zaire Emery, French, national team players, SS players, and a purple semi-final game with France, national team players, also Kwene Kama, Mame, a born Adidas, how failing or Bola, FIFA Club World Cup, semi-finals, and a final ball, and Adidas for and your own valley, a new ball, where a match ball, and a Omodia ball for semi-finals, and say, Babet Maya Kama, now so far, my mom assist more. Assist leaders as so FIFA Club World Cup na so Roma na Alexander Trent 162 Vitinha 2 Enzo Fernandez 2 Kvaratskhelia 2 Adegule 2 Kenan Jaltis 2 Michael Olise 2, Jorginho 2, Oliver Torres 2, and a Ruben Neves asu 2, and no Ajaba na Mamin Fantu name as a Urama Stuttgart almost spokesperson at the Tuasa Nick Votamade Sakodano Omukachopia Akacha Krasa unreported by 28 July on my preseason Stuttgart Omni team penning Komo Omuntom player Maopia into the Omopeka as a boy Nick Votamade Manin Kobabia on train womo na passa so the mentem and say omonia pressa dum fees omopatrai as some the papa bi piaso ayekama no edia pami churchamo aso edi amamo na passa se so manya ni ko Williams eye dia keneke e wo se omutimi edi player for ba na omotwe na bibia so etimi yakama aso edima Barcelona omo eboboko no na omo epiapia na bia so yakama na Juve still omo se Ronald Daroho enyana pe on say already I go to do show say onya boy na opom fanamra na utwa boy na Ronald Daroho footballers per holidays gaga any fresh sem ne akata any swag kakra utwa Ronald Daroho one ne man na to holidays no ejama bia so etima yakama no ejetawa ye checha mu na jamit passa and mayoka boy Pablo Torre enya awie 5 million euros and 50% of a point right to become a passer. The Biaswat my camera and no a Max Allegri and what they are to just say Benefeno, a Rafael Yahoo, boy, no woman position papa. Masa otise player pia wasase so je opiano betuma ye ejama nani ache at some point na tena all say potuma ejama team no eno ensam opanyini da tuka ye checham ejama me Olympic Lyon upon the signals here Timothy Womo Edoma Colleague 2 our France and omo back on be train where sika the plan no the canana pampama pa by Lucas Perry and then wakwa hair transplant wakwa to me on a pampam and Olympic Lyon players na resume omo chama bi piaso ayakama and no ejetawo na urama let come Madrid on play Rodrigo de Paul Inter Miami penal na let come at the first omo pay about 50 million euros Inter Miami as omo petmetua 12 to 13 million euros na bi pay kama on say or person join adam for your friend Messi na kuntunkuni or person join no na bi pay kama edema no into point about Rodrigo de Paul they made say Inter Miami as penal now some passer Kenan Jaltes like 2022 can ankomo sign no na Juve okọ sign de ma wo mo de metre sa pasa enya eya boy no mo pebiem Juve Perona Daroho enti swap deal petima to kana bi pay kama yes because of Franco Mastantuano ne bana Oba Madrid no enti na boy no Nico Pass Omoma na akomu atoaso no enye sebe adwen eso ede ama wo mo eno eje tawa ye de ama mo odwumade no so jedi sino mame emfanto anim se Aubameyang ene wakọ ne former club Saint Etienne ene wa visit wo mo na Aubameyang kwamfa so a omoma Aubameyang nice reception na efe na ni aje ese baby o shase no eni kwanse oyi wo ma office to na bia eso etimi ye kama eno eje tawa ye jeja mu eso edi ama mo dwumade suntie nyina so na ensam auto a ye boabo no ene awie e wo Fakye TV so Monday bra ye di dwumade e town no ye mfansia na ABOU DIABY ene abetwafo mfa de akanyina no ento aso emfa emamo.
Alright, so that's your question for Malu Takis or Jana Naso, Abomodi, Abuejma, Bomanema Kuyepa, Etimi, Eriama, 30 solid minutes, or the air, Eramu, Ewo, Amanone, Amanon, Semaudona, there was salty na feed was a wani ejono or the irreverent ama yeba na abiyafona ba ababe pinsimo ediamana mono asira kese require fama bo for danda ina or more so ya seneba ebabe jamu boa mane makoyepa etimiere mawa onsono ore boa majumadi no eye krabe na amuzu p herba mixture amuzu p herba mixture maka etimiere chose yedro ba kwa e was so pe bi na obo onye bi na obo a zene oye darling boy oye baby girl no obawa modern na onso no niama wie pepe timiera ma na se dete wakwa nam ya ye ni bia eno na ehwe na itimi tu ase oye bema ojonso na emu apai ojonso na moje dichi ojonso na wadeni mu yo ya owo na se sufite bi efi wadeni mu ba amansa wansa wa gu onso no waya ase ni nyo lazy ntino oni baby girls ni shia o se ya yenye ne head kakrem fa ma de no ho nya kono ebrede na wafa e de ato ni baby ere te se de ope no edunya muzu pi na ebre na etu ase enu echi no ebe ye sisie no adwuma ebe ma wo twede no mu aye den na twede no mu ye den no na de pema konfobo zampa ko ejana na so a oye adwuma ye papa ti no pebi na bo makanse me baby girls na adwa na ni no eye ayi kakra na afo echi no so a amoaye so kra de na bare nkofo etu edidi echi ni na nze adwa wo ha no hu se owo na nsuo bi gu no nsuo re gu no eyi nka akra ama na se wona yekro wadua ama chese ne ma nhyara nko yekra etime afama no nti one be ma ehia ejuma nkofo ye tete de no ono ne de no ekokoye ntiya nko a eba ne sa ya na eha adwen kakra enti obomode a bosome no baako no ye ne amuzu pi no entoaro mako na ne ayisa ha na fiama bibi achiche ayede ayakono eyamuzu pi achiche ayede ayakono eyamuzu pi uzo ho efrema boys no eba onche no munye ruramu baako aya na edin so metonsa afro nema enhyara nkoye wo so hwe na usiesie mfo na bibia ekoye kama pa so no etimi erema mepacho ya mami ana ye papa wo ye adwuma dia eye pe na osisi yo ya wachika se ne twetwe no eye amuzu pi heba mixture be na we jaw na so na ne makoye pe da ma heba pharmacy shop bia obo mode na wajibi enye no so nko orwani so no ebo mode chimo doc aso ya amuzu eba clinic ko na wakwa akogye dodo na aboa na ne makoye da man 2 peso tuton a ramu ewotafo nhyiaye so amuzu junction doc obejuma fare na mano wo ha bia ka fa che no 0247 776743 0247776743 na 0241988884 0241988884 na doc emwao na jaw na so na nema enkoye pentimi emfama makadi acho se distal rano yempeso obekọ na wakwakoda no na chese de otetetete ne yade a eha dwie pa ni nyina ne ze wozo da na form na de tere ze sentonto no oba ya su no de ba na ese nete enwadana no onda ye na otunsa pe obozo de asoso onayo ni na so no eri kan baba be survey grounds no ehwese wada obesuvie na wada 40 yaro akọ the baby girl no maba ababe no mo Maria nkofo eku omo okroma no yade edoso ye papara mo anketenkete no so ba oru adua na esi okra omutimi kokokosi so etimi esai ne ma embo amane manko ye kra etimi afama timi pacho emu nkomo no na ne fatala insecticide spray ena ne call na yere ababe romu fatala insecticide spray na unya bi na uyusu a obo mode dia gude mo no e ma hono yehwam ese nkum mo anketenkete entontom kakape entefre ena afi so no ene nsongro so no mo kekai kani na eyi omu fi oso restaurant kese anopa no oba fatala insecticide spray no na odi bi spray ma ho yehwam no na epam wansana so mo ba e ma me disturbo edi na enwa dana pese to twa oje fatala insecticide spray ne call ni bia call no so a 12 solid hours ejina so a ebo adwuma kum mo anketenkete ewura utima enkofa ha bia amro te se ba ku bi na nkofo yusu a ya na amom kata no edi na wo provision shop a fatala no na abaso fanama no 0599 31 5600 0599 315600 fatala in insect out maranko on Facebook no na men kinkan me messages ne kakra ansana ne ya bomoden na ya kebia no ato aso etimi edi amana ibibia enso etimi adeda di no say na esieti on Facebook Aaron Mensa Koto good afternoon Abu Fakye Sports crew thank God it's a brand new week. God bless everyone. Martin Zubimende, welcome to Arsenal. Next Jokers will land at the Emirates Stadium. I'm enjoying the best sports show live from GOPDC Limited, Kare Eastern Region. Rahim Rankin, fantastic Abu Dhabi faster. Keep up the good presentation and a fantastic sports host. Watching the show live from Kitapota, Guana City. Prof Star GH Luther. Stop comparing Arsenal to the best club in the world. The best club in the world is Manchester United forever. I love United past my girlfriend Strong G. Hello, good afternoon, Fakye Sports. Keep the fire burning. You are the best among the rest. And more update from the camp of Real Madrid. I'm Strong G. Inside Sankore Beposo, MON-FRI still holla Madrid all the way. And Madrid, the best club in the world. Gunshot booty. Good evening, my boss. Manchester United. We are so far. This qualification, I don't want to say where you need to claim, I mean. Collins or said there, you need, good afternoon, Abu. The show is loud and clear inside for Akrodier. Fakye Sport, you guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. Fakye Sport, MON-FRI. Easy done. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. Watch you live from Asin, Fosu, Roman Hell. Update on Real Madrid, Wasu Adams, or this afternoon. You guys are doing a great job. Abu Dhabi, keep the fire burning. I'm watching the show live and clear at Techiman Jaku Community Day Senior High School from Wasu Adams, AK4 in Abenji. Now, Nation, watch you live from Amfansi Sewa. I thought Emmanuel Amankwa is a Kotoko player and he's playing for Heartland. Poor penalty kick and the Atuaso men can greet you to anabo or say Buama Okunkom MC Achima Wabija the South Era face on Mauzene Dudwana Eroman and I are Benatin. You guys have been good since day one. Keep up the good work, Abu. Amida one to infinity, you are say or Asepa. Nanaya, good afternoon, Abu. Please, watching you live from Kwau Kweti. Spico Natural Mineral Water. Jay Imano watching the show live inside Accra Spinters more fire. Philip Kwabri Kasim, Ozi Abu Bravo to the Porcupine Warriors of Kotoko, Kumasia Santikoroko, for the crown, for them to be crowned the 2025 President Cup champions and fabulous the best. Get you to my daughter, Frimpong Mansu Charles Felix, and my mother, Antimary of Geneso, Filippo Diodeba, Ebabe Rano Kwakudeda. Ozi this kind of high level I want to see for our local footballers, a brilliant asset for Mamwa and a great anticipation by Poku. Most players would have shoot against the goalkeeper. A great, outstanding, fabulous. Zito Boy is working. Honorable Sule Bobo watching the show live from Tepanyin and Susu. Bravo to Kotoko Man Madrid for making my weekend special. And I'll say good evening. You guys are I'm watching you guys from a message be bana more and clear to me. Congratulations to Asante Koroko for the victory over Heartland. A well deserved win After all, their hard work and dedication, we continue beating them, sir. Now, I'll say, please update on Chelsea, and a sap on Abu update on Chelsea, the Odura no Ferrica Karyani. Watch you live from Takwa, the Efien Kuma, more update on my darling team Barcelona and a ranking boy, MON-FRI Aluta, and a Mauzini Prostar GH, rest in peace Jota, and Andrew Silva. Kwakude that more update on Man United transfer Kwame Passino. Your show is loud and clear inside Asante Akimagogo. Keep the fire burning, and I have a hot sports. The Odeba, Ebabe Ramno Ransford Adi. I was another married as Garcia and Mbappe. What are their plans for Hendrick? And Icon Di Colotini. Say Icon watch you live from Wasan Kunshia. Nana. Anane, Kunsuko Joe Chrome, Zito tactics is far better than Didi Dramani tactics. Frederick Boezi Kofi. Ozzy Assassina signs Zubimendi. Almost sign on Karim Benzema. Rest in peace, Jota 20. And after Obed photos, Takwa and Swayem. More update about Barcelona and now. We thank God for my boss is back. Lutakin, the boss man, Kwame Passino. Keep up the good work, Abu Francis Che, Arsenal all the way. Azuma Godfred. More update on Chelsea, Frank Naka. Also more updates from Liverpool and Afi Nana Atta Malasti. Enzo Kweku Nodira Rich 1GH Lutakin or the fire emojis in Ranaya. And so the Lutakin eba ebe runner runs for Eddie Lutakin so ebe Francis Kwame ba watching you live from Manso Datano. The Odi Eramu Erono and Amanze okay Eddie Blaze so mauze ne obwe me boa manema ekoyi kama pray timi man tuzo no over timi ado de na bebe kenkere mama cancel on the WhatsApp line no 0207543637 0207543637 ya na quick ya bape abia for na krado ne ahra ma no ne kakra ne atisem na afisem no ya craft e no ye be ram ne animu alasa ato aso di comment ye den ho abaisi ya ba ya de akedia e be to aso de amamo
Akuya office Medinde Akuya office hema Buaten. Me yen sentroni, me ne mabusia de, eba ne ntonton, ene muamoa wa kaseni wo mudia, ye ne wonton kwanta yapai. Esanse, ye de Fatala insecticide spray and coil ene kon. Na de kume ewo Fatala hone se, ejankehwa ewo echi. Kwa nso osa, don du ansana asa. Afei so enpumusie kra. Fatala insecticide spray and coil. Enya na ewo memu bebia. Stores nketwa eni akese nyinemu. Ebusu say chapeau bebia wo bia. Ye di bekushe mu abrewa. Yanje wo she ane eye free. Fatala in, insect out.
FDA aje adwadi nkratoi atum.
Wakunya so be join live on Facebook, Fakye TV, on YouTube, Fakye TV Uba. Or the honest on Facebook, wa follow, wa like, wa share, wa jaw comment, and I feel on YouTube, wa subscribe, wa like, wa share. Your WhatsApp line is 0207543637. Bono in Cisco the Ambo, good afternoon, champion Abu. I'm watching the show live at Kwau Asakraka, St. Paul's SHS. The Ineos of Manchester United should be very serious in this summer transfer. They should get us quality players who can help the team. Greetings to Excellence Sak Pepsin at St. Paul SHS. Kwawa Sakraka, Horobomo Diediromu, Kwame Pasino, keep the good work up. Amwa, LNTN, Fakye Sport. Good afternoon. Please, today is my birthday for my offensive career. My name is Philosopher. Happy birthday. And Ramu Kama Pa. And Timi and Fama. And another my last MON-FRI and Rama Agila Jeremiah Ben. They all the PSU who cook some people on Wednesday. And praying Santa Maria. Abu, I'm enjoying your show live inside Abuaka Kofkans. Keep the fire burning. Please wish Tepsi of Abuaka a happy birthday for me. And Sylvester Kumsi, more update on Barcelona. And my own say Isaac Banasco, Quincy, Nedianabu DIABY. Please, good evening. More update on Kudus to Chelsea. Your bomb on the Etimereban on Tuzo Diano, a bar Marina, Makin kind of Kama Pa, Etimereama. The special one. Good afternoon, Mijis Biaboko.
Alhamdulillah. So here.
And congratulations once again.
Thank you.
DIABY appointed his own export in the Terema Division 1 team from Victory Club Warriors. There is a Juman Pin forcing Jino Manamu na menwisho embo abaso woneno position for cra area mount sebra na be Juma Victory Club Warriors. Na MZN munyam check kese pa na de brabusu ko nti yezo no yani age ti was your boy about
Remis
original na we were Remis yani original dey mani age but we are Remis yani age so congratulations and
thank you.
Yarama no ne kakre na was your birthday be din komo pa
wagu encha for na encha tie for na so a beautiful Monday evening na yasen ba be share bi na yase na wo twefo fras na yakaka ho ahye hunkura ka kire wo se eye wo se ejigu abrabo na ejigu a kai se tree it loses its leaves ni nyina timetigu but foforo esan eba bi nti abrabo no de wo ya afro zende de waye nyina agye agu no as far as tree no ensu eto na eda so tiase a enwu yentu ase ne de new leaves ebe fefe nti wo so tiase a moja wo hu a wo ko ediban have that belief say ensu obeto agu so leaves foforo ebe shase asen aso ewo wabrabo mu ebe yeyi nyame na ode ye shase na sa nyame na besen ato nsupa ene nsu foforo ede agu abrabo no so ma dua no haban foforo asen abaso ebe ya haban mo na ede animonyam hye ebe bra enyina nyame nka ye ho na omo ye ho ban se de ya se na wo twena se no onfin wi asomdwem bibia ye fine kwegu ene amano ne maybe just 2-3 minutes na my see na maba fie because enkomo no do so fie ho na mpese mbe hwe ne ma bebre chama Club World Cup ni gusu koso na over the weekend you enjoy games na efe akono. The last time we talk about how the likes of Hilab Jumane Kama big boys ni be different but almost your meter Yajijo Munina Quine 2 games are not a year of me interest a year PSG any club a friend said Le Parisien Paris Saint-Germain Ebo against Bayern Munchen clearly yeko into the game everybody knew said the one modern boy PSG bought recently or they by the Champions League even about Club World Cup now say the score lines are especially how they were able to torment defensive Diego Simeone and the Atletico Madrid team. Yes, they had a setback, losing 1-0 to Botafogo, but that does not change anything around manager friends Luis Enrique and the Paris Saint-Germain team. No, Ajuma or so meeting another powerhouse when it comes to European football. Or we are big force. No, we wanted to go into the game and see how Bayern Munchen ever fare, how PSG will also fare against Bayern Munchen. Lo and behold, Luis Enrique assign actually the powers any award ekutan and he said, yes, you can say everything or champions of Europe, a world at stake to say any year for Club World Cup, and they believe that they have the competent squad on me and deliver any results. Even at the time, not only 2 men down. Hernandez Ababe did red card. Before that, now William Pachu elsewhere the red card with 2 men down. People think say few minutes now Bayern can capitalize on that. No, the pressure I could see PSG so Anya the equalizer to try and push the game into extra time. But they said say no, we can be few in men or in numbers, but when it comes to power, you're mighty. And mighty now a woman came to bear, they were able to deliver an excellent performance. Qualification. There are individuals, a side manager now, Yabona Basno, player like Desire Due, when a very fine season from Champions League, League and Casa, and then at the Club World Cup also. Now no game, a lot of people were criticizing coach and he said, Akwadana Chow Park, we're going to too wasteful. Had it not been how wasteful I know, yeah, Abianki, a Bob 70th minute, not PSG, I wrap it up, man. But the manager kept the confidence in him, said he will be able to deliver for the team. And we're born the first goal before say Ousmane Dembele from the bench. Abel Nokido and Akachi coach and say, yes, in the semi-finals, I am fully fit. So who will be a counter on me and also on top person now. Make Ousmane Dembele available. Now look at the runs into the space. We didn't care about man hit pool. A buy answer, that side, I'm not sure if I came more. But then with a simple connection. PSG anya almost saying gonna fall say I'm more than born every single passing debut. PSG try Pijan and 9 ADC baby. Dear dance say they are not only champions of Europe, we are singing they are champions are currently team and more than also any the Ayomodia. Kweku ye bonko for be say and for London and for Ousmane Dembele. Why are they domestically we're winning everything? Yes, we be why. I think that our African brother called Ashraf Hakimi. The last time I made mention of his name here saying unfortunately, in the position now, why to say no Mendes DNA between Koboni said and Lawson, but I think that's a first 5 or 6 people to talk about Ballon d'Or conversation. Ashraf Hakimi deserves mention, and when it comes to the African best player there, for me and where I sit, I think that Ashraf Hakimi any competitor. You might go back and look at the numbers of Shehu Girassi in the Champions League for Borussia Dortmund. Numbers are unyai any goals or share. But unfortunately, in the club, we need any major and be able to then you look at Mohamed Salah, also numbers for Liverpool. For him, he won the Premier League. But I think that as a defender, and in the position now, important assists, important games, important goals, important games, and then coupled with trophies at Waji season, I believe that's a hope player be abonnee for African best there by far what it and then at the world best stage. And so you didn't come out see a factor in the question. People also mentioned Vitinha. Kweku to think is that now so what the Club World Cup for club and country the year under review and I say I fear he's talking about 7 or 8 important trophies to his credit. What the Portugal Nations League in Ebeka so clearly. So I think why are their numbers? Any important games are about how decisive I are. So come from that game. For Thomas Muller, the name say he's wrapping everything up. What Gracie Association football, I'm a football. Joy be a player when you're at club level, national team. He's seen it all. He's chucked every success a player be so a true legend of the game. One player, wabobo na boni. Kweku edi and I say hype when said that so you might undermine the numbers anyhow important are Thomas Muller games are. But I think that those of us who appreciate game, any player's quality, I think Thomas Muller and so the also the soon we are seeing areas when by Amonchen will forever be grateful to Arantier friend Thomas Muller. Now another game. Whereas the can say Ancelotti married the foreign friend normal sign and pound based on Gonzalo Garcia no any emano. Kweku, the boy can't stop scoring. And I think that's how Xabi Alonso baby Ejina Sisi a big headache. Any manager who is managing Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe free bench aba. Wababe say a stunning goal. Now you're going to play against the best club in the world at the moment or the semi-final stage. And you have a young boy who has been given the opportunity. And anytime Bia is given that opportunity, we're making sure so we're living up to expectation. Not only scoring, but providing assists at the council numbers. Goals are watching any assists, any games are watching. He is averaging 100% record. And I think that so was such player in your team going into the next game to play. Na Kylian Mbappe, are you fully fit now? Onunso Abeshego in the last match, team of the week in the account, it becomes headache for manager. Xabi Alonso say, Obetima picking out who starts for the club offense Real Madrid. Bakweku and Commode say, Gonzalo Garcia and the Enfant to you didn't home come. But a better key is saying they appreciate Ada Gulen. How long will it take everybody open football to understand that there is no more Mesut Ozil in the Real Madrid team? Bakweku, the new jewelry Omanya Menkase or a replica of Mesut Ozil, but he is his own version and given the opportunity anytime be a new coach by a one trusted confidence in Akwadani was showcasing the actually we are seeing in us on the hype no. Probably because onya more games and more. But the Warrior Club World Cup national edge said last season at the point that initial comparison mananko for person when they say Ada Gule, Lami Yama, Ada Gule, Lami Yaman. If the numbers ne but to also say Eddie Aqua, then I'm afraid for Lami Yama say he will need to up his game next season. So where numbers never to also say yeah, because Yamal na ye nim no kweku ni goals na insada no so assist no was so essay ni goals no and how decisive are sometimes or twetwe nkofo edo am etena from difference na say we for players and fan nkofo ntena from tisade Yamal na eye na but when it comes to your ball game we are data they judge players a push some reason to a lot of people believe that other Gule and as I cry friends say Lami Yamal this is the end Jimenje Ballon d'Or aside Barcelona not winning the Champions League say the numbers are so encouraging. And kweku, so where Club World Cup yasi, a Juma Gule goes no nyabi, assist no or yebia. So the same Premier League now you will be our own in the age in where was Reka at the same Lami Yaman. But now you mudi economy and wasam say they are true generational talent. One has been given enough time to showcase Nediano. This time around, the other one is also getting the time. I think a headache for Lami Yama. He need to also make sure say goes near Barbe Dawson, assist near Barbe Yemo. If not, these are two political clubs. Madrid be generating a day, Barcelona ever generating a day. So numbers never yet equal. Politics never yet more into that. And I believe that there are two players. I say BBNC, Prebia, Matno, Bia, Ejina, and also I've said about him a couple of times. I will even feed that them say. He's one talent. At the first time I watched him play, I said to myself, say, the world is yet to see quality any Nema Ewo Akwada. He's just the light to watch. The control, the calmness, the composure, technique or the ebobo. It's one idea. And he's just the light to watch. I want to watch him play against PSG. On Wednesday, see how important and then significant obey a game trying to decide moment for club offense just like the way against Borussia Dortmund every time. We keep saying say we keep saying say you see when you are a big club and before you can win something sometimes you need somebody to come in and save you. Baby, our players in anti-man deliver your goalkeeper need to come into your rescue. A world class and a top notch goalkeeping. And last minute to take Real Madrid into the semi-final from Thibaut Courtois. That strike from Michel Sabista against any other goalkeeper. One lose concentration, just a blink of an eye could have made sure say game no. In 3-3 probably acquire extra time. Madrid had numerical disadvantage at that time. Jim Hoysen had the card there from. But Courtois stood up and saved Real Madrid. Kudos to Real Madrid team. And it's the only bad news I was arguing with Hoysen, so I could red card. We will not enjoy semi-final and he said the because William Pachu missing for PSG a big setback. The same thing Jim Hoysen for Real Madrid and we see a big setback or much. But we could Monto center back even count.
What then?
Because she say yen timenje Militao ni because I feel free injury ever. Antonio Rudiger then I know why ye dia chere any Club World Cup games now wa bon minute wa bon ni na chere say edwuma si Alonso system no ntimemo. He's not comfortable. or boy you could see. Sheno, Ewa Alonso system, Nafa compare. Ewa Ancelotti system. He is comfortable playing the Ancelotti traditional back four system no, more than Unia friends Alonso in the back three now, Opese Obon. So Obebre, Enye is in Famano. Madrid cannot rely on Tchouaméni for central and also defensive duty. The match is beer. They will need him in the midfield to give them stability. Wabobida under Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, Thomas Tuchel.
Yes. Ball now, match El Club World Cup. Rudy Gabon. Menya convinced.
And you're planning here.
Ubetima attribute that, but I'm saying for me, I am not convinced. Maybe Militao a bit my partner with Dean Huijsen for Asensio. On also actually say lack of concentration in the 1-2-1-2 being changed than 5 and 4 months. I think Madrid will need another backup and has another centre back to make sure say yeah, Panantua mo ko 2 free kick I say cross chance.
Meze ozi going.
Yeah, Panantua mo ko 2 free kick I say cross chance.
A cross day.
Chance.
That cross chance na do so.
Yeah, we want to be no. I'm not saying he's not there. He's there, he's a good player. But we also about Real Madrid. Alaba na ni enim no. Tama no Bayern na Alaba ze aka stamp no. The Eritreans are on aka. So we Alaba stamp.
You are the Madrid GC.
Obo saying. Enye Gio na mu nkofo say wadam fu aso oba park on fa busu. So why Champions League be.
Yeah, but Alaba dey no bo.
To do saying.
No bo. Oh no but Alaba
Onyansa ACL no combine. That is what I'm talking about. He has not been the Alaba ni in him. And we won't even count on him. Going into season at Barcelona, actually about 4 in a row. Now, person better who be J League and they also have Champions League. You not count on injury-prone players or bar 1-2 training grounds. I was saying setback. I think they will need somebody who will give them consistent performance to partner Dean Huijsen. For him, he's an excellent centre back. He will give Real Madrid a lot of things. But
the whole canon, ma. Menchwa jinsi ya division na hra de mame. The new formation Alonso dey aba for Real Madrid this year. But apart from the back three no. Minim role dey Tchouaméni bo. But as a ball dey be kwari mo bia na Tchouaméni.
Oh, so he's a ball carrying centre back. Ono na the progressor. Oh, Madrid centre backs nim. Ball na kwa because he's a natural midfielder. Omo air transitor, they leave one behind. So I'm not na air kwa the left back will drop. No move wako. Arnold Beckham because Arnold mentioned that you good defensively. Mostly no neko. Now wadam via now penalty see wa convince you. Frank Garcia. Or no na Kaichi them more because he's very good passer of the ball. Tchouaméni. So they always try to make sure say move. You need an intelligent player to play that role. Time and now what's the name of Chelsea coach or Champions League? No, the second one, Thomas Tuchel. Yusu Rudiger Chelsea.
Yeah.
That was the brilliance I know you say because he's a defender. So move from the space now. I need him. So he moved into the half spaces. Then when he's in the 18-yard box. No other course upstairs at the other players on. I found there. So the same thing Yusu Tchouaméni Edeneye or a centre back. Yabo game no a centre back, but we're a midfielder. Into what you say because it's a centre back or whenever no one navigating the way into the midfield, creating. Making sure some numbers no I won't feel onya numerical advantage in the midfield no creative spaces for the likes of other Guillermo and then the other players or Maka run into the spaces, create space for other players or Maka or anyone. No more there. So he's an intelligent manager.
Yeah,
if only say in the system a bit more work it throughout the Amana. You've seen him doing that.
Improve you
Leverkusen. Yeah.
Frank Garcia.
Yeah.
And Leon Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni na yenim.
And then the young boy leading the attack.
Afe na yehu na pa, Gonzalo Garcia. But Tchouaméni na sa afe ni yehu na pa. Oba Madrid no be born and not but
give him the confidence.
See already. We all the M1 is obo ono ne back three no count.
Yeah.
But ball no be kwa ni mu bia no.
Move into the half spaces.
Be kwa ni mu bia no.
We are now drop here by Chirabe Nejuma. He's a good boy. A good player. Let me put it that way. Very good player.
Who walk out there? Nyamiadom. Zen cries on Mokoye Jim Fesso. On your beat.
Yeah, we are come pa. But so I return Janice in the Anadi.
Yashi, Cageman Obi.
You be a Cageman.
No, a Cageman Obi. Now that's sanity.
sometimes.
Well, baby, I could in Kobe was obey Juma Barberistic Caribbean.
The people that Sakwana, the Bianakupon de Nipakoba. Because now, for instance, Kwana no dear Bano, the kind of driving and now driving, you just don't even understand. And the most annoying part is will be that's who he thinks that me. Sometimes with me overtaking me and I was like, Papa no be a can be a general say Uncle Viana into the man for baby, but you know, I am in him say be a man's meeting me in Anna. With me when it's hard, but it was a good one. I cried for so much. The reception and everything was fine. And Upia makes you see the way Juma. Only I know I shall jacket come up. Me come my wins will be a friend or say, person no interview, no agenda and all that. Many so did is a more accra near Casa Derby, a Kumasi near Yena Kumasi for Freya Sky Sports. But almost see TV so still,
more fans won't cry. More fans won't cry.
I don't know one fan Kakasa no Bianco.
Why am I?
Some baby Akaza. I don't be a boys in the Kajos TV. I will see TV.
But when you see TV, can see a party on what you're I see it. So when they come back on it to enjoy some power. Bet my money now, but we been tea.
Jama
analysis now be
you are analyzing the TV.
You see,
young queen.
Yeah, Juma. I'm analyzing the TV.
Now can't even was a more.
Was it?
O can't even was
now can we TV in
we Mr. Razo.
In TV in
we Mr.
Razo.
Ah, we Mr. Razo.
But also share your WhatsApp ni mu a me de no be asen no but first of all kwaku mama we hye me mama me papa ne me sister omu na 7 July na yo mu na birthday ti mama picture na bo ho de toso mama ya na ze maka che ga yo say happy birthday Kesepan confirm no me oluman yeah happy birthday Kesepan confirm no say we hye ga yo happy birthday yankopon hwa no kwa tintin ahode wom ne de mama na but do down cast Steven so and I birthday mama happy birthday branch friend yeah old Gino no nti mama wish happy birthday na my sister fe come up yeah omuna me show happy birthday na ma wish badu down cast him wa oni pass happy birthday mama video back na sana my foreign news no na me ba matimi aba be wura me video back bi na am di kan e de Sunday wo no fa no to so mama wo de me time na mu fa to so mama na me kan se me wi am ba na aba be ye eno so ho adwuma ho but me cameraman na me ne ko en feel me but still ye adwuma nti me bona ba so on dem ne personally kwa go video we mo van to TV ne so mame so on video we me ba na we ka ho asem ketua bi e wo afidie ne so omo wo power no kra nya gaga so omo wo mo nchen me ba be ka asem ketua bi wo sa video we hunam bia maja ho akọ was it video we wo pesa me kan sisi ya kwa gu on se me di kan post video bi we in Facebook yeah no tama na bo ne be koso no na interview the honorable Linda Akpele Okulu so I felt say I'm from Ashanti region nti me call interview me regional minister so then obi on the regional minister him preventing no current Kenya case the way or preventing was abusive kwaku I won't say it's all bore me but what he felt say odebeye no dia guide minister no I don't know make come cry microphone keke nyeptu nyesigan na ekura me and this was a place omoye thorough investigation o bag cry be him
be hwehwe mansa na ya mo
ntina me nim de na wo dwene na asem na ne say nipa ba so they want to leave but he was not nipa na eko
oyode
it was like me ko interview no prevent me with elbow
and on the ball police ni
he was in mufti but me as I say minister no any people around him onwuli obi aso nti omo ye wan so omo bo guide no they should be very careful with these things it's as simple as that man kon wo say me ko ni bi I felt say my interview Greater Accra regional minister me ko interview me regional minister that was the only thing I was going to do
and on na batwe the war
koko ntwaso
why?
Oh, yeah, it's part of the job. Me ram kra my assignment say my accreditation or that one you be no enejuma. But when you do your job in a nice way, no problem. No two ways about it. But in a way that any idea. But yen trust ni nkomo. Kogu Nyoma Gonzalo Garcia here with Real Madrid. Nyoma Asensio here with Real Madrid last season, you know. It should be something that Emma Real Madrid then pay attention to a more junior side, you know. Because we know say Real Madrid, it's not in their DNA. It's not their style, say. She said the Barcelona or farmhouse, La Masia Hona, they will go and get players from. I will see a kind of my team from Barcelona. No. That is not what Real Madrid is. Real Madrid, their belief say they go in for big boys, bring them in. No one bother my team from Real Madrid. And over the years, it's giving them results, it's giving them consistency, and everything that Omar achieve, you know, is due to that fact. They bring in Galacticos, they bring in ready-made players. But if you look at Asensio, what he did for Real Madrid last season, and you talk of Gonzalo Garcia, what he's doing for Real Madrid this season, you know, he's telling us, say, if Real Madrid remember attention, they also get these players. Not entirely say they should go the Barcelona system. They should be promoting players from their junior side each and every single time. But at least a season, they can get like 2 players who will fit in perfectly for Team F1 and Real Madrid, and they are going to deliver. Now, so now Real Madrid, there was headache. There was Argentina, were under a lot of pressure in terms of going to bring in number 9. Gonzalo Garcia is a pressure in the free hole. Because at the Club World Cup, he's giving reasons why he needs to be part of the Real Madrid setup. And the reason that Odemano is good, something that Real Madrid here. Madrid were deciding and said they will go out and bring in a striker. A striker that no be pressure say or playing time. This is a young chap. Not all children say, me, if you give me the opportunity to play for Real Madrid, I'm going to give you goals. I'll be at the bench and I won't complain. So he's giving them that sort of assurance. Alonso, that sort of say, give me the opportunity. I'm going to repay your opportunity with goals. And at the FIFA Club World Cup, he's been able to do that. And whoever will take a decision with Real Madrid will know that the guy is earning whatever things a man for can and so to me the final. Look at the goals I was say, the assist I was say, and he's always at the right place at the right time, trying to deliver for Team F1 Real Madrid. And with that since we in the last season, when a lot of new money came from Real Madrid, defend the Zebra, a young chap came in and he mastered Real Madrid. So for that reason, I feel that if they will give attention to their Castilla now, it's going to help Team F1 Real Madrid. And not always. See, young Quabontin, young team player Casemra, young Quabontin, young player Casemra. You make sure that you are making your own jewelries, and when they come in, they fit in perfectly, and they understand the reason why they need to be there. No matter my goes and so to me at the amount, and it's something that I feel that Garcia and so they might me find Real Madrid. And then again, my respect for Xabi Alonso no earlier there to my increase yepa. Regardless how Obefano say Mbappe was not fit or he was not fully fit or whatever, no, for him to decide say. At this point, he need a branch of Gonzalo Garcia in the game, and he gave him the opportunity to play. And I'm part. And I dare share go to my team Real Madrid. It should tell you say Alonso or a man that or that boss. No, a team like Real Madrid, no, you won't always have that opportunity, but you are going to earn certain responsibilities and certain accolades. One can be any for him because the more you take those decisions and no amount for a Judy, a man who's you're a good player. So I think Alonso are here, Jumano. And with Nyoma Real Madrid, no, they started on a wrong foot. But I won't even say on a wrong foot because I love for nobody who don't be at least almost Saudi Arabia and yes, it can't quite a it's a place that you call competitive football. At least they came and they showcased the Riasi Nazampa. They had talent in their system. They have good players. They have good coaches. So the Oma strategy, but also Omo Biori upon Kakran and Ama Alonso, a fair idea of the team, no, because really different from the normal friendly games where you get the opportunity to change every single player. But when a mount normal season, no, a bit me cost because in the season, probably in the Champions League, you can miss some of these teams. So I think the amount that kind of a competition, and you know, me say me kind of FIFA Club World Cup now start with that goals na Bayern Munich dem Auckland City for near that. But moving forward, no, am I that tournament a flavor no where you see teams, Asia teams like and playing a good football. So I think there is giving us every single thing that we need and so to do. Koku Vincent Company honeymoon period no is gradually coming to an end. Bayern Munich, we all know say as a manager that Ode team your friend Burnley away in the Premier League. Then you get opportunity to coach him as Bayern Munich no and time see in 100 years as you crown and me more 3 and time see we are say. But when your opportunity no and so when you come among for defend one. In fact, he's a good manager, but he need to learn more when it comes to Sana Jumana Obabe because Bayern Munich is a team that Omubas tournament we are ha and omo tresa ampa yenso ye Bayern Munich for nibi because the respect that among for the Bayern Munich when it comes to Europe no is the reason why omo ye big Germany. Say Germany football nko a enka ye born 100 years at least omo anye kilometer majimu 98. So when you no na among for the measure omo kese ye omo ye. Enya na among for the show omo zampa omo ni ball. But what they do outside Germany and the man of Muzampa Bayern Munich and so but if you look at him, even in the Champions League, he got eliminated by Team Evena Inter Milan.
Yeah.
And we saw what Inter Milan suffered in the Champions League final. And this time around too, against Paris Saint-Germain. A game that he was no more bad. But the decisions and how sometimes we tricking the system and other things, makes it difficult for ref and Vincent Company. The pressure will start coming. He was able to win the German Bundesliga, something that Bayer for Leverkusen, but last season when he came in, he was able to do a lot of good things when it comes to a name, team and 18 able. So that alone gave him that opportunity to lead the game. But if you look at him, the pressure will start coming because the UEFA Champions League and the FIFA Club World Cup such tournament and no and the mayor who's Bayern Munich near Bayern Munich. Nasa ref and Vincent Company in the game. You can't say that you do German Bundesliga and then you are going to stay on. Say coach Many of them, Pep Guardiola, a manager that or coach team friend Barcelona won a lot of trophies. But Bayern Munich no. When Germany Champions League team, many of them, the Bayern Munich fans, catch wrong there or MON-FRI among tools and anymore. They will even rate or refer to Pep Guardiola because they feel say, well, Germany Champions League now far more. So that should tell you that they take pride in winning the Champions League. They take pride in performing better. So Mupie and to feed the shores of Germany. So he needs to up his game. In the Champions League 2025-2026, he needs to make a statement. And by statement making means getting to a place where probably UEFA Champions League no and so to me so it's something that I feel says so to me. Gemma a branch of Musela speedy recovery. It's something that you wouldn't even want to wait for your worst enemy because injuries they can football home, but sometimes injuries need be bar. I know emu and so etimi de. Nakoku a day na owura na refer no Mauricio Pochettino no ye no. They say every single time we be PM or final biano. No so lose. And it makes you feel say then not Chelsea right so much me do owura na man call ye. Because all her time and Chelsea pamono no and the performance are no what done a dia. Now Obeka said this is something that and you can say Chelsea here because over the last best 6 games are not end this season now. He was giving some sort of assurance to the Chelsea supporters and telling Chelsea for one say if given the opportunity, Chelsea. It got to a point in time now players no air team no biase na omu hawa no penny nyoma no mu air team system na say na omu both games the man na team say emu ense na enye dey. Ba okoye no now had a track record in terms of finals awaba. We lose 5 finals. And you don't understand. 2015 League Cup, he lost against Chelsea. Liverpool in 2019, the UEFA Champions League. Then again, France, almost trophy the champion, or lose team friendly. Wabe lose to Liverpool in 2024 League Cup. And like Mexico, so ni US and so, wasako akolusi. What a toy is going to do referring Pochettino. Already, he is meant to build the team to a level, and they'll be able to find that also. Because if you look at team not building or Tottenham now, a new team now in recent times, Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho, Andy Postecoglou, team no build. He had quality team. He was competing favorably. Every single time I ever the traditional top four, no one can, but I got to a point in time, Tottenham became part of that traditional top four. It was set to me to a level where team say, this is a team and team na kono. But ni nyoma na wo na na kan akwa say one dey. Esaya na dia mano. Obet ma share to a level, but say all the trophy powerful with team there. It's something that ultimately routine is. And I think that as a manager that you want to coach big teams near that, no more really now comes to bear and don't think about being a manager. The reason why Xabi Alonso is coaching Real Madrid now not because he's a former player. You got a lot of former players. Raúl Munera because of money, man. But no more kind of player for Leverkusen here. So you need to add trophies to here. And it's something that a bit miabwa. It's something I beboa. I tell you for also say omo to menkra. Say minim. Na nyame amfa fia mame na omo je cap ne de am yete mkotogo ntime nso me de nsame gu fom se de bia se me tu Africa na akotogo ntino me so me de nsame gu fom
ala togo ni do be ya o ba bia kika ko ni ade de
na pa se nyama ni Real Madrid wo mo yo
Jersey abo aye do final na ko o mu Jersey di omo chi o abo aye do final fe na ma do no je ne final da
champion me kasa me dem se mo ha
ba de Roger le cap
se me ko pen sa gu fom because se dem nya messages no me say me mo bo amuna me
ya pe ko Bangladesh o mo ni bra abri majo
DIABY
akwa ba tene da won den o pa
o nyame ya do
ko ba yi za wate so ana
de pacho de
ntro no doso na aduane ne doso na boy aye no ozi ewe zo ba ya wakoma me no adon wa ko jija no ne ade a
oh DIABY de obi ma me tickets bi ma me ko e kire hanom
ache
say ekwa no ho
lak na diwe bo ade ye ola na da bia no
oh DIABY we dey a special place
but
obi share that family lunch one kan
oh
yes
but latest report if he come new batch say Chelsea extending a contract until 2027. We names the good news from Barcelona for his almost keepers me answer. Wow. The Chelsea no extending a contract no. And Nottingham Forest so are confirmed is a name Edu Gaspar, former Arsenal Sporting Director is over global head of football. The Edu Gaspar ababe now. The Ezra Minya fit take each as Victor Osimhen. Ebe to also the Galatasaray. Say omone Napoli for ni dinkoma ko animu pa. Akacho mo say sa figure no mo pe no. Omo hwan so kakra mfa mo 75 million no. Ana do ma convince boy ne so ba e say supporters ne je ne so no. Say akonya ne ba betuma obepe so obeto also the amount ntie no. Ya report amete. Ana na no them the 2018 land for ne say na omo training no. On the last week no lose me as no member come supported you know maba afeli a omo no na ezo supporters in America first stream
is similar this white na
similar na we are me we see season in chance na for mo
Allegri about
why
Allegri
oh no then no
Allegri
Managerial masa Managerial
na percent Juventus pam no but my friend no mo buy no dey kra
then no babe na wafcon no zugu so koso South Africa nya penalties is ya ombo eti Ghana. No bianchi la South Africa bo 20 is all my bashe. The South Africa she Ghana 1. Bayana. Masu rere kakama me eni mbra na dem say komo na nkasa o fi comfort who say kotoko aje president cap put in our board man.
Oh ombo yes I tell.
Cool crobia. And no one ji o.
And say that me ampa no my embre. No senka sa kuntu
ikobi ko ye budget this is
so me BBC so bet e could draw na yes
shesha ma no ne ma me kakra na yembra fie na me ma omo boy nkoma na ndi nkomo kakra
DIABY yendi nkomo kakra na say we parent na say wo tie me a I was so the truth him say you have a special role to play in your child's upbringing obi bia wa wo ba se wa wo ba ko se wa wo mienu wa wo miensa. Only Obana only the way in the war. You have a special role to play as a father, being it a father or a mother. You have a special role to play in nurturing up your child to become the biggest figure in the near future. Didn't na make us. Now there's this particular story, Richard Dove Williams Jr., the father of Serena Williams and Venus Williams, which he share to the global stage world. Amobia the kind of impact unyaye or this kind of girls. So at the time, not omo ebe one of the biggest, I say two biggest world tennis sport stars are not omo juma USA. But then in 1980, and Richard Dove Williams Jr. TV at that time were divorced from on one cousin marriage and not in the former ex-wife. It made divorce in the former ex-wife or then they were from 1965 to 1963. That is Johnson, Betty Johnson, on the wire from that particular period. Now, on the divorce, it taken close to about 7 years and son or get it back. Akoshi Ababa will be a friend, Orison Price, and on the ever 18 commercial no bit in the early 1980s. But at the time, I know heard this particular television, not on this Ababa one in your So on that particular day, or switching the TV on or her television, and no who say a Romanian tennis woman's star, with me winning an award prize close to about $40,000. With me that particular big check in the Aman on stage, a Roland Garros finals. Or with me that particular check in the Aman that particular Bawa Ban. Na papa was Richard Williams Jr. A hate team no who say, Sika Baba we from this particular tennis sport no, a so chain me annual salary a major. Our company, you might say I'm a security guard, no. A such that kind of money, no. Them idea na me meeting me and making sure say me ma me woman ababa wa me share na friends Orison Price na me share no. Emkra me no me ne be wo no. Dia de na me meeting me making sure say san kra na bit me invent on myself e the tennis sport ni. It will find how you right from there because at that time na ababa wa friends Virginia Roses, you know, he was that kind of one particular woman. Na odi hine when it comes to tennis football and all ye juma edema on wankasa na asoba. And papa waiting us no who say in that particular year after we share that Orison Prize na go so worry no and no worry up mama no because at that time we divorce from the old marriage and on wankasa or take as a single parent. Now all couldn't all worry Orison Prize no and no who say Orison Prize in your nadin so betting out the amano. To one particular no and say obit to keep the birth control pills are Ababa one Asha say o take a brass on any sexual intimacy and Ababa one kofa that birth control pills na nom se na be ya onpeso be wo de ama no o take that birth control pills na edisi you know catch Ababa one say Campton hana mete no but after me no aware me pese ye too free Campton ni ye ko baby to say Boston ni ye ko ji ye ni kakra because after na ya aware pese ye bobra me pese me no ko ni ye ko dwindwen ya aware no ho e bia ye mfiri hombra no na e bia wetima fafru e de ama me Ababa one te ase e make sure say Oni Richard Dove Williams Jr. Betime to Kwan Ako Boston, Akoji Omujuma. Omoko Boston, spending close to about 3 months. Or move through her ever back to the side of Campton, or buying up our Orison Prize, and him at the map of Paya friend said Richard Dove Williams Jr. On your Mababo Evans Venus Williams are Omuwono in that same year, 1980, or Wone Bano. And a papa making sure say, sometimes I know her television set now or the two team say or what or man and mano I invent myself in the tennis sport now or making sure at that particular moment in time or better now say all those say only any kind of idea when it comes to tennis coaching or who be that job say or bit smart now say no underline 78-page document or no can say better now outline 78-page document about one of the first one or bit smart coaching in Mambano. I'm the world's biggest tennis superstars in the world. Don't wait to make sure and the man will become world-class superstars. Or documented that 78-page document in Vienna. And no making sure say at the time on no most of these tennis sports zones now will be taking a lot of pictures, will be taking a lot of clues from the coaching aspect, will be taking a lot of lessons from most of these people are coaching world tennis superstars now. It was say yebo Roland Garros obeko yeko Wimbledon obeko yebo US Open obeko yebo Australian Open obeko akọ that kind of games no to say the picture be my MCR so mo hwe say papa Richard Dove Williams na o take a lot of pictures a lot of videos about Kwanya Onobefa so yeah this is the picture o take a lot of pictures and took a lot of videos about Kwanya Onobefa so be inventing as one of the biggest tennis coach at Ediama San ne baba friend Venus Williams in the year 1981 no san wo obaba reference Serena Williams also Venus Williams no making sure in the next 4 or 5 years to come Sa ne mamba mi anyway no. Obetima coach omo, obe mentor omo. That kind of thing no wenti nya mfama no ho as papa no. Obe make sure so be sacrifice it. Obe commit na ho. Obe show passion to his daughters ah. Obetima bo omo. Amomanyini ababaye tennis world superstars. It committing on the man mama. Or take a lot of magazines, video cassettes, and come back no by a big coach in that particular time. Now, or taking that in year, in running 4 or 5 years, because at that time, in the last 4 or 5 years, now Venus Williams, 5 years, Serena Williams, 4 years. No, we make sure or don't make public courts. No, don't make training our Campton. Campton a typical society when it comes to gangs. When it comes to all other social vices in America, Campton, one particular place, so at that time, I know more public courts, or more training, or more making sure say, or no casa than a member and these kind of court training. Now most of the people so attack Richard Dow Williams Jr. because someone say at the time I know security in some of the companies, in some of the clubs, our Campton, not abuses some of the local indigenous people of more Campton. It is all knowing your giant security guard yuma. NASA or say or the Mabano Air Public Courts aqua training on how to become tennis players there or Monchemano or Mumano Emano and yet those kind of training with his daughters. It's one of the things you see and say in the year 1985, Papa we call Campton one particular special public court or in Crown Papa Ye Ejuma. The Hunyans and Crawford Bill House training. According to reports and according to video, no one granting that kind of interview. No, or some of Bono man is seeing what you to do. I'm an enemy because he wanted to sacrifice for his daughters. But then a man for born because of say old trainee with his daughters. It got to a point in time. All those and then mamma but society look down when the mamma so a friend the mamma say the Williams brothers. All those say not in crano ma. But then the society in Campton look down on these children from say the Williams brothers. Was in Crown Busan I didn't see them who are Campton or more yes or catching Crown say or more because of say more and more down so ever Campton crony. Now fast forward, he told them say Campton crony at Timino and your papa was here at him. You need to make sure say training now made them more feminine. You pay a huge study to this kind of training, and in the next 20 years, I want to see one of you making sure in the Wimbledon final, in the US Open final, Roland Garros, at your mommy. Not for yourself, not their mommy, and for the poor people are more Campton, and for the poor people are more US. In Granite TSR story, we are supreme. They began to make sure some of them share or more father and train or train your money. Papa and Lomo to Campton. Or tennis academy, but because of criticism, because of racism, and because of other things, and their cost, tennis academy, or say you move free tennis academy or Campton, don't back. So on one case, me as specialized, coaching, no training crowd for them to become world tennis superstars. Or training on fast forward in the next, and as in the last 20 years, from 1985 to the year of 1999, we saw Ababawa, your friend, no. Serena Williams going into the US Open final or winning that kind of final. No. In that same, the following year 2000, we saw Onwakasandeba pinning Venus Williams over him in the Wimbledon final or Paco winning the first major Grand Slam for herself. And the Papano at that time, Sika Ukrainian was close to about $52,000. Or hence Canadian, say, where is Sika me in the last 20 years? And who said, Virginia research. Only says you can at the time I'm switching my TV on. And then Baba paying them meet me who says way. What I will do is say, much as you can have, and I will make sure say the needless people or more US men and I say the poor people or more US men, especially with the Campton society. No, I will give it back to them. No, make it my mom who say, Sa training nana me training Krana, ever Campton Kumono, and it's my bam for so. Ediama, the Campton society and the people at large. And he made sure, say, Obitima training sound crowd for them to become world-class superstars when it comes to tennis. And the Papa will be to me at Boston who said, when it comes to most of these tennis coaches, Ometima coaching in Mam, our Ometima achieve a lot of laurels are close to about 173 titles. Papa will achieve for himself, and he can boast of it, and he can say, the mama no don't bear you ask what train your mom. And the year Serena Williams is one of the biggest tennis players of all time. And then Venus Williams, although say the career no the kind of complication because of injuries, any other things are coming up on her way. And then he is one of the females, and also is one of favorite of all timer. It all began by one particular man who laid that particular foundation, or sacrificing the moment, or committing itself, or making sure say Abrabono no bo or Campton, Abrabono bo or Campton as a security guard, nan human no as a father, or best sacrificing enough for her daughters, or best sacrificing enough for his family. No making sure say Obetima bringing the family from the poverty to the riches. And will be a one about who you say because of say Papa will sacrificing enough to bring out one of the biggest, and I say the two biggest world tennis players of all time. It's Menyomu in the tennis sport. Obia Airborne Abaso. What your book be? Or see the black and white. This is how it is. This book, yes. This is the book. What show this kind of book? Eddie Acho say, Opia or person this kind of story inspired, especially with black people. Society be a umbiano. When you feel neglected, when you feel rejected, a massar neglection and rejection. Find yourself, find what you can do for yourself, and make sure say, oh, find yourself now. You pursue what you have and make sure say what you have will influence the society positively, and it will also affect the people in the next generation. So this is Richard Dab Williams Jr. and a kind of impact winner, Edema Serena Williams and Venus Williams.
That's a wonderful story, and indeed. To Musampa, Shim Cran Papa, main call your WhatsApp and then can cran and then Hongkong. And I'm not a big game no. My name is ABOU Samshu. Good afternoon, Abu Dhabi. Watching live from Fosukrom inside Melawan. The Opomote at the area. No. Hello, Abu. We thank God for a successful weekend, and I'm Kwame Pasino. You show is loud and clear inside Asante Akima Gogo. Mejiri Zebia Koso Kama Pa. And good afternoon, Godfather. You and the guys are doing well. We are doing very well. And I'm watching live from Sanko in Biposo. More update on Barcelona Fakye Sport Papa is your boy Kobe Yesu. Cash Nadine, your boy at the Etua Sono. And good afternoon, Abu. I want to find out whether it's possible for Manchester United to sign Hendrik on loan and no a neurotransmitter from Pubjos, Kofoidia, and on the Bababe Rama. Or Penquadi and Omuran common area. Me as I Fakye Sports, was the update on Real Madrid on Osaka. I was very sad since I heard the news about Diogo Jota. Oh God, why? Abu, this version of the FIFA Club World Cup, PSG will eliminate Real Madrid, meet Chelsea. I the final senior Capasco J dancer artist in J Town. They are also at the buy. Good afternoon, Abu. I'm Kessie Imano inside Surrey. Please, I wish Rodrigo Guez does not leave Real Madrid. Hala Madrid forever. And good afternoon, Abu. You guys are just outstanding. I'm here to understand why Luther did not pick the Gifted Icon edition form. Or no, you musician on the honors in Yafina. Or no, they know. By the way, you guys are really lovely when it comes to sports. They play the excitement and what is made of sports. For Daniel Lugambu inside Sunyani and on the area of Fakye Sports. You are doing a great job. Happy birthday to my lovely wife, Blessing Jabois. You are not swearing by no. Please, Man United deal with Richard Rios Dan from Akosumbo. And then yeah, Dan Del. Almost scout to no Kokoren or the Club World Cup. No, almost follow the park. Good afternoon, Abu. I'm afraid all you live from Dunkwao. And also Eddie Fierbe. Good evening. Watching you live from Dansiri Mwase. And I'm teacher Koto. My regards to Adansiri Mwase community. Say Usu Safo Yao at Chifu. Inase held on also Eddie. Good afternoon, Abu. I'm Sir Franco from Sampa Bono region. More update on Barcelona. Dodona winner. My name is Chris Odru. Garnacho Atakwa. Manchester United is the best. They are also Etimi Eddie Eramu Kama Panson. No. Abu, good afternoon. We are glued to our TV set watching you and your team. Sport here, Noane Fakye Sport. Pastor Ike, Church of the Lord Brotherhood. Papa Megirize Bibia Eko Kama International. Abu, congratulations to the special one on his new appointment. But I hope he's not quitting the media work at Fakye TV. Chelsea is going to the final of the FIFA Club World Cup. Catalyst from Pando. I'm no Nejuma no more match, but no position as a Santiana there. Yanena and a boom. Kofi Mafu Suta module live. Kotoko is better than Yano, the other bear no. Good evening, Fakye Sport. I'm Ezekiel Kwesi Bidiakon, watching live on TV from Kaswa. I will please how far about Manchester United and Mbeumo transfer. Is he coming or not? Thank you and keep the good work up. Bye for now. And then Mbeumo Martinez has said that United from person on the Beko. Because Brentford for ne choma so do ajo mo twetwom na skakra. Good evening ABOU and you crew and I'm a Madridista but I don't agree with Xabi Alonso and Madrid ball for selling Rodrigo. Mobile watch you live inside Dunka on of it, keep the fire burning. My men are quick, remember Petty at TSC, but still. Bayana share the Black Queens of Ghana come in one or more intimate. The NDH, the baby at the beba. Yeah, then we are pay. You be running around a big game, no. Your bogus minune call, you know, update you on near Mabina, minimize your room, no more room kakra. Yaba, pediatric to us with them.
No.
Krobia Kumasi Asante Korokwa Bomodia 2025 President Cup no omochi hatu fuke bomo kamunu emomo etimu bako nara eye the 9th time on Bomodia jijuma di nanra game no series ikwe margin chenembra 0207543637 everybody so na ya baba be din komana mom apeja makedi a chosen ne akwano na wadi 44 years na emeze na onan sorry da ehun sese bizibio ne kwakudun so no crack kan ho ntuni ade ahyehye no ho a ama de na tata na ama na jezo da no nda wadwen ho 44 years dako ere weekends ma memfa ko Dawood Eba Hospital na doc no na dru ne ekaja buta ekawa obonzo ujia wona so ehwe na aboa na ne ma dadi pede ama na oze maza 44 years no ose enko okoye na doc ye ba ko mienu miensa ode kan unia kwan mu ana anu se na de ne boniti ebi si won nkwan na mu da etuora no fredo ko fredo no se doc apeja na jeze na adna ukujukuju ya mana pija odi ere mu agwa ye be ma mu ayedin odi enu so a ye bre ne amaniji ne kama pere ama Dawood Eba Hospital and also called no pabia bedwama so ba ku ye Dawood ointment and ba ku ye Dawood 360 capsules na uchi no na o menemene uchi no na o menemene obebi na yo ya osisu nkotodwe wachi na yo ya uchi kasene na twetwewa o di Dawood ointment ni twa na Dawood 360 capsules no one man aka won e ata ne ata unum baako nja baako ana unyusu baako nja baako de tie de ma me no na ya mo kodwe papa no na ya mo drive no mo amu ye dwumaden mo transiche no eja mo sisi yaye no mo wura mu na mo nya ne sa na eboa na ne ma de ye pa emfa ma mo kama pa ni yisem ze oro ni chemo over the counter herbal shop pharmacy bi ase ma sawini na do no Dawood 360 capsules and a Dawood ointment ebeboa na we jana so how bia no Fred Dog 0244 886437 0244 886437 and 0201 681717 0201 681717 and Dr. Dawood Mbo na ne mande da di pen fama ene open aro wani chema joso krapa en kane abanso na metro efe umro na doko a obo ejumeboa mane makoye pe de mountain no give no silence hu no na me zabe na me cancel organization na me no bara did yenya proper one na ano edempa na eboa ma bibibia eda ye pe timi ede emomo abib ne Ricardo Vaz osporti na nkrana etisen na na Mexico osporti sporting director no o de batwia your friend osporti na sporting director batwia
can you invented
osporti
gini kama
osporti one kukwaje kwa skillful
osporti o ba atie ni watie ni ejuma keto akra na
okay so the aim and the dream, the motivation is to qualify VC Warriors to Premier League.
And no one are there.
And no, yeah, just say, post need in here, adjuman in the here. Post need in here, adjuman in here. So we hope say, Yamebe boy na Munina my boy and team VC Warriors about Premier League. And
crying and run crying to say,
yes, nan crying. But before that, and they Seydou Sana birthday. Timama wish Seydou Sana a special happy birthday. One of the quality young midfielders I Eki Enrique Casemiro, Seydou Sana of the Stars, and they Sana birthday. So happy birthday, Seydou Sana of the Ediana Stars. Let me show na season bibia konka. If you are quite careful, what you catch or we be off and with my but I had on capa some about
the academic or sporty.
The men come Kwagu. Then cried there, and to be very honest, my share President Cup, I share President Cup, but means soon America in recent times, one of the President Cup Yabwa make us say organization from the organizers of the competition. Galka, Yura, John Ansa, any entourage, I might commend them for how or more a year of organization when it comes to branding. So a branding event, we sat here the last time and criticized them how basa or more near no more area or my branding. But then when I got to Accra Sports Stadium, even from Achireo before Babi Ramuno, you could clearly see said because here Babakoso, and it's one thing I doff my heart for them or set your bomb abaso. Number 2, a security arrangement. Previously, na ubedro na yema IABC basa cars FIFA and 4 and I was like bufaso unya kwa enantinko, but this time around I'm the barracks and the embassy wa car now with them unless o car no car or bypasser ubetim die wuam akwa nim kakra ibeja wo achiri. So things were done properly. I make I say all these things from the organizers, the security service, they did a very good job at say your bomb about even in the game inside the pitch. Now look at the video on your screen. So make my really video net and that's already. It is one thing when DJ ever say me bo and also organizers now. The last president Kappa I think me no chronic way.
Yeah.
Time man penny ebedru and the vehicle na move ebe far. Pitch and so
about pitch and so.
And some of us criticize Adi and they said, say the state of your pitch. I find here try say a Beshaman so Endra, His Excellency APA no ban baby. I was saying said the last time we Besha President Cap Kotokone Hasoa, Mampenina and that time. Cast bear 3 was a 4 in see. page and so eba and say oh see then almost say 10 cars and so I was expecting and I was curious to see how I near because now watch this video. You clearly could see that it was well organized. Yeah, Fakye na me fa page ni so. It car ne buy ya area drew baby ya page the green one na one. Mampani car na park so adan kofo a no mu di na chi e bo ne ho ban. Omu nyina car sa park. Mampani asi ya walking even walking on our page ni so. They make sure say nya nipa dom ni nyina na ye dey. Etwi e de be fa so at the point in time somebody whispered into my ear say Mampani be see and the basharaf ekosia no car no but all nante page ni so akono. Protocol say I understand say ne papa na president oni hu kwan so ye dey okofa so bi okachire ewura baby a bench ne wona one first one could so all these protocols were well and I say duly observed. I think say from the organizers ne no omonko for kweku omaya de a e say ye bo amaba so what the organization ni bibia to nchen even when it comes to sound system there wag from so how almost say making sure say stage a ye bomber Chatawale no ye bo wa che distance ho ne nkofo no mbesa no mu bia ni wa osta AC page no so ye protected the state of the page was excellent. Kweku smoke kweku Jesus din kan be the performance kama oron so be si page no so be the performance no o make sure say ono ne hype man mepe and e buy onon so ambesa wa page no so you just walk on the page obegina this side no wato no nyom kakro kwa so they protected the state of your page. They said yankofa artists bia megina so na mesre bibia Chatawale came on quite one see page so go full stage and the performance. So aside football and kasa niema na one chen I think that it was well organized. Whoever no involved in the organization of Endra President Kappa your boy Eddie said Mampani ani munyam did a yeoman job or said your boy omabas. Now when it comes to the game itself, from the corner that I sat and watched the game, I felt that
no me baso na wahwe ba ma membra kwakuso na me bisa ba community za ono de yawura Mampani ba ye mi adara wa na no amobu kokodu edi enti na game no na enim say 4 pm about 5 pm
for that community personally man te ho asem the only thing I heard was that it been communicated as a given about 5 minim reason in tiade but me na bia me gin class bia a president in my ni muntile bia giving the course and I say bia Chatawale be performing tia but personally the reason why give me call 5 na there let me say antimi amas but me ankasa de game na me say about 5
oh now ni say
game na me say give me about 5 because Kuma na won Ghana man time me dey na me say give me about 4 as 5 pm so the meaning how we can it was a good one ga kamya na metena ha na me mo the last time but adwuma we no my no monto aso adwuma we no ye adwuma pa my ye adwuma we ni yie ehhehye no ma yie so wura inside and the mama ni general was na security guys ni gina no checkpoint wo wura mu a no me no na fa ho na bia e kama me bag na ebo me na camera wo mu na bibia wo mu ma metutu na agu ho no mo hwehwe mu kama Emmanuel abi me camera guy ono so de omututu bibia agu ho kama e no mo hwem wo a be wura mbia no omo mfa ho ni pa ne nam ti ade ba ka mo ne jima mu the security was tight me instruct am for so mo nya adwuma was time na regional minister for Greater Accra by owura mu no ne nkrofo no koye no mu na pass one thing that I say two ladies no money pass kwa kujai security guys
I encountered the same thing or entrance maybe there was this man me name who he is but you clearly could see he's a high profile personality. He was able to convince police for now omujina and him barricade ni and maneuver the way be drew the last checkpoints. Also there is a national security and there is one police personnel. Okay, we are since no one any bad boy. They told him said he can be Joseph Blatter or Gianni Infantino. Take it here to go past them. Ticket now because the man became so angry. But one of them were able to move him from baby Ujinano. And no explanation and said, with all due respect to opposition, I don't know you, to be very honest. But Emra, Yatre say, nipa say, and a woman can so me or mofa. Initially, no man but when he was explained to say, no one and a ban or catch and a ban say, A born on bar some better. A hand of Muntim contract. They should go past
Yeah,
the
that way. So,
popular
like,
stand on. There
question
was a
that-
former Hearts of Oak player, something Sheriff. We were free. He also got there. No on any kuta AIPS. And he said, say, AIPS, even FIFA matches, with him there, the correct. Security for initially did not know the weight of card now. So somebody whispered into their ears, say, card weight you wait my head. When they told him, say, for no more guidelines, and they don't explain that. But if they've been told now, and the fact that he's a former Hearts of Oak player, or background checks indicate so a former Hearts of Oak player, they can give him that bypass. But no crowd on team called the VVIP lodge. I also call VIP and a lower VIP. No, also 10 was as an elbow fool, Kakra, or 10 was no, so security wise, I think they did a good job.
So, Adibia is a Ghana, there's a then a banner free say, Ayana. You have one piece of challenges beside see.
Oh, Bibia anyway, see, a man for felt say free into VIP now free. You come and you walk through the others and
also no security personnel.
Everything was on point.
Because VIP name free.
You Bibia now bet me I say 100%. But if I'm to give them percentage in terms of security wise, and me surprised because the first gentleman of the land is coming.
Yeah.
Everything need to be catered for. To make Mama Mube 90% in terms of security and right.
Remember giving us so and I'm that football they have found bear by Mupi for now. In the penalty, your board regional minister, the Udia Crabba Assemblyman Capo Kuma. Yan is a unit committee there, and they have Assemblyman committee. You have more crowd or senior high school. The Bobo Biasho boys says we get says where Moses is saying, see, I'm fair one bear by moon paying for now. Other said an anonymous corner game with regional ministers, so Musi high poll match. And I'm not Kotokorini had the regional minister. Who do Kotokorini game with the IAM
on the right way? In the right manner.
But wait, they did it in the right
necessarily
way.
so you to number show money.
No, without it, you, Kaku. Unze. Yes, say. Say yes to Christo. You might be
men bube.
But they may come to you. Okay, they may show. Say, young fan is Abia. Open so or get closer to Bampina. I don't think say my shoe so you have it in the aqua. Relationship with him painful. Because they are Dr. Frank Amwacoin. One down for power, only needing command. Dabia, Ozo or co-minister do not do a chin or what minister back. Now for Ozo or quite the demand or the work or cabinet minister. And one or do ban parliament. The Omoyano, near Mobia, who's a bit a dear Yapa in football is there. You need data one, you never back Yama. Abamu paying for no who say this in echo. Men can say dear man, you be a criminal to has it. By his excellence one or a guy off.
Oh, sir, now only
said the smiling man.
Oh, a guy who and also what you are winning in I am ranting to a name of what's in your movie as a problem. I don't think I may Mr. John and so Manyama men can say, men checking his out. So is all was. For we create who's a team no crown and you cannot county or no, but last time Gaka sent an ammonia breno. Omono creative relationship ya ebe boa maye ni abamu panyifo no aba benyere se enra ye bobo wie na ha asema the regional minister betwere si awie ya akakwa ye be fa so a ye be siesie baba ya makotoko ahede abobo no wani ze Ghana no ba bi enam no mfa ho ne ketie su krakwa mfa ho isi abamu panyifo na mboa kwa bi ya ye
of course
get involved sa so be ye regional we ya wo de nye dini ehwe mo peska ne ade ade bat at least e be create sa abo na maye. Nanya no dia na pe kakra kra be duo no man pan to mu ze shata e bom ama pipa no to bi o kan sem ze man pan yotie da Ghana for the ko yotie na aye na yi kakra ma na ya ti no yo ba ya no hwe ne ma yi
men ka bi
anu zo bi kan se bi na me che ne se unjai sa se no kan Enye fine say meka ne aba. Mo bo mi anwe ameka.
Menka. Say enye fine so meka.
Enye fine.
Yanko en ne kodi game on
Abi
fire.
we game.
Evantu du ana ye o.
Doro ba kwa na sem na oken no wagu
Wanya de. Ababi ge no ti president wo no ye kama o.
Farida president
ba.
Msame me bodi, me pese mbodi ni mama. Msame da me kama se.
Ari ale chawa bi nya asem won twentare so.
Jama we.
Ti Jonas.
They say we see fire president fan ba man out. President tia say man ba.
Abi your game na nkasa na.
Okubo bra o.
Game na nkasa. O dey here pa here. In we time na e bo mama people no now say. Man pan YouTube video dia.
Aka be si opa aka na fe o pepa. Almost da.
Man pay ye shut up.
Ono ba shatter dey say do baby ana ya.
Shatter
wale dey me say
shatter wale ye be.
Wale. Da bia ye kan na
point. Otunyom no agya atum. Obia was taking more. Obia. Hey,
he controls.
Ghana say Ghana Michael Jackson. Shatta Wale.
He's African and then Ghana's dancehall king.
I said this year we go make money.
Make money.
We
watch game. It had two experienced tactical brains on the bench. Until you will need to do something special to exceed Ubi. And I must commend Didi Dramani for how I set up the team to play. He's only trained the team for 1 week or even less when it comes to active training. Into the understanding of the team, no, and said that he works here when it comes to the system. But how he was able to line the team up to play to suit the opposite oil. And first, after watching the game, Varas kept on saying, he said, he's playing the game with the team. So, you see him moving with them. So, you see him moving with them. Players need to say, you see him encouraging the players, say, continue. Those are things you do to encourage players, for players to play for you. It worked into perfection for him in the first 45 minutes. He got the first goal through that blunder from Mohamed Kamara. How to folk, how to take lead. No. They were the better side in the first 45 minutes. They took the lead. So now even purposeful. First half not go so many 2 goals, but 1-0 lead adequate. Now it boils down to it comes to Zito to also let us know say Wakuta Kotokona for at least 2 months now. Or the Kotokona Bobo matches ni biaji FA Cup and other. Now he knows the ins and outs of the team. So be there who they above first half. You look at Omu weakness, and then there may be our fault say 1 year in the first half when you have tactical brains or more bencher. Omu Buama ready game, and he has Hamza Obeng, and then the assistant coach back on Coach Prince are Omu ready game so well at the man. They did that in the first half. Fortunately for Asante Kodoko, yeah, both first half we are about second half now. Even first half, the good say kosa Mauli wayu epnya lock kakra ipulino efrimu. Then the about second half no, just a place near warm up new and we saw the commentator and also the stadium announcer Eka said MON-FRI in Osasibe out. Then the whole stadium, everybody, even including Kotoko supporters, were like, ow. Asibe that was in our park. And Asibe was one of the best players in the first half in the entire game. He did one block, and that block resulted into the injury. No? First half, no, yeah, baby, we first half, na Kotoko, enya bullet me. Then say guna chise no den ha. A blockade ball ni ABA.
That was Omar right back no to form.
And I told Varas, says that block now Asibe you know, more than a goal. It is a wire assist. Now was near for Akwesi go there. Then has a day Tottenham for no. Or pass the ball the man Giroud die offside. Giroud and corner on one side run the fan and the question to assist and the goal on one end and no be ena sa block because it was a goal ball. So the Amwa right back netina from enya that precision at the bullet ball or the no ko yi. Say na ko yi nensa. That was the biggest substitution Kotoko and then the worst substitution house in was adding. Everything, the dynamics in the game changed. Admittedly, DIABY Ramani edge to him says change, team. Because Afrane Bayern, he needed time to get himself into the game. And I must say this, Andra, where one player did the end team in Kano and find Chereno and has winning, they regretted bringing him in the game.
Upon France.
Yeah.
Or are they?
Or let it team down. Everything was destabilized. Number one, game Nankasa Wama game because he's a saying it goes new year. Number two, he is the captain and the organization how to command the team and then lead the team as a leader. One team they sign a call from none. Sadia Benjamin Asare bo captain Amba na or command the ABOU team encourage you. As he bebo Amba na oyen. Ya who's had an unfirm free. Kotoko took that advantage, got the equalizer through that silly Ongwa experienced player like Kunedu Yadom. I think that a player of his profile, any baby a wabo ball on Juno, he could have done better. I know the question. Then just 1 minute, and that is when it comes to a team who lacks leadership quality. Time on consider goal, you could clearly see there was nobody who was able to talk to the players to psych them say Yamo. Yen the Arsenal automatic and wait match be account. But Kotoko bench and then Kotoko players, you could see Samba. Say catching the players and say, let's go. Has a pass a ball or Moje and Ape. And almost the then a mistake from backline beam. 3 players were used with just 1 pass, including the goalkeeper 4. Now watch it here. Pause and what? Omomi and Senyi na, including the goalkeeper. Keeper at that material moment, more acute angle. 2 defenders closing up, and who in Yasno so Kiba. We Javaba. Kwabe Puku with an empty net. Udam grow baso. The mentality of Karim Zito. And in the boys to say, we are not giving up. Almost say it, but we have what it takes to beat them because you saw when they say, baby, you show me, so let's keep fighting. That is a fighting spirit of a winner. Over House of Folk. Team like House of Folk. Oh, Bob big game. 88th minute to 89th minute. We have penalty, Manola Mankwane ball penalty. Oh, Bezu Brimuna, no Yaji. Kweku team no who you training as well. And no team America say, not team need leadership. Our park and should be Udim. So you should need there's a moment. You don't risk a young boy. Na penalty. Young boy na me cancel. Yet yes is here. Nyame adoma. Real Madrid. Any PSG match on Wednesday. 88th minute. Na penalty aba. Gonzalo Garcia, Madrid in Libya no occasions on the penalty. No Nimba so never. And forget Onimba sem. David be say Obia manen kobo. When they are big boys our parking so. Obianka because team no leadership and they understand the energy, any pressure a will give at that material moment. Now you walk classic Madrid Nebasa 88 minutes penalty about Gonzalo Garcia and Kobo. Real Madrid penalty. Yeah, man, yes, sir. But that is how to folk state. Maybe congratulations to Asante Kotoko. Deserve win. How much you trophy? Yeah, more about so.
Coach Abdul Karim Zitone. Masu Ramani. Why not game we no fees here? Tough man. We all Kotoko ya uzo my signings. Be more fimuko. But have the any signings be a squad no. Maybe names that make no what ya. So why not game no? Maybe all me run na muse. Match in the bay ye kakra, but clearly teams in a good match. Has an Kotoko Munsia be few. A bobo ne papa, Ghana edepa.
Yeah.
So why not who's an ebe diamond?
It was more difficult for Didi.
Oh, okay.
A team on him. He's been out of active Ghana Premier League football since 2015, if my memory serves me right there.
So since 10 solid years.
Since Ofri Kotoko, yes, we are coaching. So he's been out of Ghanaian football no, in terms of active Ghana Premier League experience. He's been out. Or maybe no free players near but to Gina bench, every emotions, for the past 10 years, on fairly die emotions in the and against Kumasi and Kotoko, a team that since 2022 but has intimidation or more upper hand over them. Kotoko signings, did the signing there. He needed to gather boys, now prepare for this game. They gave good account of themselves. Almost started game, I told Habib, say players they don't deserve to wear the jerseys of House of Folk. But since he started coaching them, playing the game with them, they started feeling say they should play. They are comfortable, they can play. And in fact, almost ball game, but Sana Nebeye because Kotoko was very much experienced in their setup. Kwame Poku. There is no better striker than Kwame Poku in the Ghana Premier League. Even when he say he will just follow up to make sure say when you say no the golden care for penalty. That is something that is with around the Kwame Poku. Always he feels say let me feed on it till say ball natural line. You won't see Kwame Poku. And when he's on the field of play, who's all complain you. Even Yabo pass a man, na pass nye, see about pass man number. You won't see him complain. And it makes me love him so much. No matter what you match me for Kumasi and because so Didi was the manager, then no more den the man.
Oh, okay.
Pa, then no more den the man. Playing against Kumasi and go to go then again. But for Coach Karim Zito, Kwaku, we need such coaches in the league too badly. Yes. If you look at Coach Didi Dramani, Ofri yen game the match, but yesterday they say Antonio Conte style of coaching on the touchline with boys in Obobo and giving instruction here and there. Perfect. Hamza Obey yesterday on the year Jumano Kumasa got to because he was the one doing everything. Even when the lineup nearby, players were messed up, he was the one and no more year or more gym, like almost sections, no. And in the game, BBC play you could see say or demonstrated the trap boys Bobby Samba say Bobby, and he caught Samba. Not the near Samba how to get the ball out of the back. So the two managers in Nayajma. In this league, in your quality managers, Coach Bashir Hayford womb, DIABY, Karim Dito womb, Samuel Boadu womb. Imagine we get coach Opanier friend Masu Ramani a coach team here. Just look at how a league a league in the bed. So we need such coaches we league. More national team. Or coach actively in the local scene, and I think because they improve players. Did actually because House of Folk team in power on Kwagu. Me say, Sawaka say, ye mommy crana, I mean your coach in opportunity. Some saki players in free team more. Make mind you na me you but maybe Hamza up in a Bejano parking so. Any number 6 no, Rafael Amponsa. Yeah. These two, many players on board and apart from me, House of Folk team a ordinary team with a good coach giving them instructions. So I think say not did do anything, but make good decisions and then he made good account of himself. As he made no prior no. But it's good sometimes as he baby mistakes do to match him. So we need to more is important and to whatever he deserves so I think that it was a good one.
What about new signings?
Yeah. Can't go to Kamara. Yeah. His ability to make sure so you mistake what you really back and no the bring to go for any so the mistake in the game. Or be extraordinary, probably be a CV Kotoko. Because we mistake go Milo game for any mistake we. Bow ye and watch a penalty a shame. Into young Kahwasem.
And I was the second goal also in the kick.
Yeah. Or many heart of lions were boss money, sir, younger postman. No mistakes are made, says of Musa. That is not what a goalkeeper need to be doing. What if no man call for team now because abo na e se no minim de na wo pew
akura du ya do mongo esu kwagu and also I feel about it
and na make catch us e place ni pe na ba aduma wo e Hamza ne Rafa Mponsa
keeper na nkasa. Now you see the difference between Benjamin Asare and House of other goalkeepers. Asare with command
you can't say mchiremu a aya na audience ye boa goalkeeper no that pon ye pass the ball na no you could see say goalkeeper na pon him. No, because when you confidence alone, crano.
The same Adam which
I started being because when you're born be a possible in feet. And one thing about him so good with the feet. Yeah. To pass possible back and Sabino and coming to the game. And he started playing. But so at that point, my God say, yes, I'm part no man Koyi. Kotoko signings, good performance. Francis Akwa Nimno. I made that level of performance but he wasn't bad.
Yeah.
He gave glimpses of the good Francis Akwa we know. or Jibona sometimes so to say the no back community and say this is a good player but I know to say Kotokone has no say the Bisifa Kano now feeling to any befano so oh yeah dear kakra mommy rate my routine be 6 out of 10 it wasn't bad. Zakaria Fuseni was a good one. There were issues with him at a point in time where Jibona no balloon ball too much they call the opponent half something I thought when the ball to commit my release pass namanako. But when on a partnership with Samba Unela, a one quality partnership, and so back to what say you are moving forward. Strikers playing against commanders and Kotoko, the composure, everything excellent. Payment 7 out of 10. A born home day set Kojo perfect. A Bobono, the easy ones. The Jibon and Yafina over elaborating. I mean possible. I mean Konya Daddy or no make no man 7. Joe wasn't too convincing. The tactic bit just when but also he lacked confidence. Or passing all the but the part of the channel because of understanding and chemistry. Or per pass I am on to one cover the Kotoko ringers no more running the first half because no more typical 4-4-2 and the ringers were static. Until Ube blame Kakra make my man 5 out of 10. To the new Kotoko players, they gave good account on themselves. They're bad, they can add something to Kotoko team, but still they need improvement.
Majo, familiar about after the game, after the sports minister Kushio, was there as a Kotoko fan or my team 10,000 Ghana cedis.
100 million.
Now, or more for high sense for no way we present trophy to now. Or more ageno. President County FA Cup, my players in Libya 43 inches TV or Munjano Monkorekwa. Na no Monkorekwa. Say almost sponsor money at the TJ Korekwa. Now, Uko now begin park and also to papa so crew and no fee. Dear no after no matter the chairman so lose it squad na winning more on Kotoko team no buto buta mubia.
Yes. And this is very bad. And no nema Kotoko no. Different from other clubs. And nema Kotoko kumasa to Kotoko. Martina ha kamisa Kotoko no. Se wo Kotoko na se unim se wo football na ye fanshi otrim sa. Kotoko ni yembo yesum. It se wo sum na sum na sum pa unya niema. Kotoko ni football club nko se wo ye player na you yim na ubu ni ya butimi nya asase is free abra osika eni. Kubenyo obi amana supply obenyo obi amana supply cement. Benyo obi amana mawanya. That is only Kotoko for you. To Kotoko no ba players no more born umfanshi mutrim. So Kotoko no ba is regime na bunye. Zakaria Fuseni was stay with Brekum Chelsea for so many years. But Oba Kotoko within the span of 2 weeks Wabaji trophy.
As I near Real Madrid.
Ghana Real Madrid.
I know Banco Abaji trophy.
Banco Abaji trophy.
There's more trophies in the Minusu Domani.
Oh yes.
Almost South Africa. And almost World Champions of Champions.
That is Kotoko.
It be more bad than within the space of time.
But DIABY, Enra, present capital.
But I'm far with to us. Team knows we are breaking.
Okay.
There's almost Kojo Mamina Sunday.
Okay.
Omumba. No more prepare for South Africa. So that's a cap on tea. There's almost Coco. The we need to know much down on my crown almost. Yeah.
And I think it's necessary. There was some more breaking on Joma Hamina almost coming back on South Africa. But then DIABY, I think present capital. It was not just a ceremonial cap. But then it was a proper litmus test for both coaches, both Didi Dramani and then even Karim Zito. The Inter-Americas Didi Dramani I go away from football, but coming back after 10 years, but take your Accra House of Folk. This is a particular football club. They can say, Watara a coaching club, no free say, or Befa club, no, or more proper identity football for House of Folk. Or more proper structure for Accra House of Folk. Say players neighbor ball under coach Alhassan Watara. You could easily imagine say ball no more bon and yefe. But then Akwakoye say in Yedin ball, yembo in any other way to get results for the football club. So Didi Dramani needed to come. Within the span of a week or 2 weeks, he needed to groom the players, making sure say he will invent his style of play for Accra House of Folk. And Enra, Obi B or her match in BBN can easily attest to the fact say ball now, Papa, your friend said Didi Dramani ball with Accra House of Folk. It was quite different under Coach Watara. Totally different. Watara bought a typical low block. Bought a lot of offensive play. They didn't say a typical low block. No, bought a lot of counter attacking. But you will see a typical Didi Dramani Enra ball. Yem press ball. Yemfa born into form. Yempo a simple total dominance football, but then Yem press the opponent very well. So during the first half, you can easily imagine say Karim Zito him say sometimes about the tiki-taka football, making sure so release the ball fast at the attacking third. And into the first half, he needed to make sure so the low block or stay behind. No one had the tactical prowess that DIABY Dramani did across folk team. It's during the first half. Kotoko that was the same game Kotoko against Golden Cape during the FA Cup final. During the first half, we saw a certain Kotoko football club. They allowed Golden Cape to play the football. Now coach Karim to now rely. Not relaxing and making sure say or no better the tactical things are early in the second half of the baby or bit may even tell a lot of things a bit more born Kotoko. It may win and as I overcome that particular score line. Early into the first half, Accra has to forgive DIABY Dramani made sure so meeting that particular goal. That mistake, that unfortunate mistake from goalkeeper Kamara, to me, it was an unfortunate mistake. But then Hamza did it well to make sure so meeting converted that particular mistake into the goalpost. Umba early into the second half, Karim Zito needed to change everything, the tactical prowess and everything in the field of play. He needed to change everything. It will be the MON-FRI and that first half early into the second half, he became that particular player or dictated the tempo or dictated the play for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. All those in team menu Epra Akotna bench. This is the maximum time a year share MON-FRI. The kind of one on nobody mark Great Olympics. It was a typical Boano Edema Kumasi Asante Kotoko in the second half of that particular game. He changed everything, making sure that the midfield of Accra House of Folk will be totally break down. Because early into the first half, now Kumasi Asante Kotoko break it down. But early into the second half, he made sure so with me, I break it that particular midfield of Accra House of Folk, and then he can easily release most of the balls into the attacking third. Baby Amesha was the defensive setup. Samba O'Neill, it's not when it comes to the commanding effect, when it comes to the good leadership skills, or no Samba O'Neill, it's my commanding which you as a captain or captain the side of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, he did very well. Zakaria Hussein is a new player, but then that typical born nobody ma brekum Chelsea Enra Mihune said, oh, he's so calm on the ball. Tactically, he was very disciplined. Niyama Karim Zito chance when you are pitching, so they say, oh, making sure Samba O'Neill, so more progressive born at the according to the second half. Samba O'Neill, a bit more progressive born at the because in a certain way, sometimes it means Samba O'Neill as a deep line playmaking at El Kotoko midfield. It was when it comes to progression of the ball, man, he can easily progress the ball. Not only Zakaria Hussein and stay back, or making sure that say any mistake be about, he will be tactically disciplined to clear the ball from that particular defensive action, and he did very well. Most of the things that attributed to it, some of the long passes, long accurate passes are breaking Chelsea. But Enra, or 2 or 3 long passes, all those things, locating most of these players were attacking for it. But then he showed, say, at the time of pressure, he will survive that particular pressure, and then he will stay calm under the pressure, and then he can easily release most of the balls into the attacking third. Enra Albert Amoaye Bono out wide. And yet a typical formation, a typical position for Albert Amoaye. So early in the first half, he was out of the game. But then into the second half, he made sure to make him press that particular right full back, now making sure say so anymore. He will have that combination with Kwame Puku. Although the combination with Kwame Puku of late has not been lost. So born in the out wider with me Moboni senior Obona as a standing number 9 for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But then he did well to combine that particular goal scoring opportunity to score that to make that particular assist for Kwame Puku to score that goal. But young country Accra House of Folk said, Senra Sanka Benjamin Sarri at the goal post in one. And I'm not sure somebody committed that kind of goal. He is a blocker. He is a leader. He controls. He makes sure the defenders at any moment in time or so what and Kevin Sibe mistake be my DIABY Dramani Tiano page in the zone. Me who say Benjamin Sarri will give us would nature and also the goal post in the Accra House of Folk at any moment in time. What's she nature who ye? That is the reason why Benjamin Sarri has been able to get most clean sheet in the just ended Ghana Premier League. It was a reason why it's not that particular clean sheet, because all senior defenders, because these are crowds of defenders, at any moment, lose concentration. And so we a goalkeeper now with them, who What require Masari say commanding the leadership skills. So at least you should have learned something from it.
No, but there's still a ground you don't go there.
Oh, no.
Nah, so me die.
You should have learned something from it. On making sure.
No, to go back to first one on Crabia. Said a ball, second one, said a ball is Ben. My should be to Matiari. Pay win and need a mini pro. But second mean tells you, I don't keep an auntie. Make go cheap go, Jenny. Come on, the chain.
Wafa first go no no say no cry but me where I sit the na ya avoid abo kese pa second go
na second go bet Matiato.
How whatever.
But one first second go let's do this education. The money easy second go say
me who say we dey enye kra because when who say keep no use one tian no
and until I say me mfen now watch this as an experienced center back opposition the first idea so you play to safety
no
very well corner kick.
And I'm saying
that is the first straight.
I go to like. What am I more share?
Watch it again.
right footed.
Kuku no left footed.
And then you know the other thing left.
What to me born left? Okay. Could do born left.
Why?
Or born left the bia.
I would have been do those.
Jump for pass this and 19. You know, be born to
my experience.
That's the protocol. Never so.
Now you have to go.
How so there's one year for next season. Players need to be what they have no business in Accra.
I mean, Mantia man, so you fan pim.
Sharaf as a one president Bano. Omofana say ambassador for Ghana Premier League.
But who say Dr. Frank Amokin na push to a DB and Chebi I said, yeah, or plead on Sharaf, Omrebo Norma Buan, Mom yet Baba Rascal Stadium. And into the America, Gaka Mebo Abasan, same Boyenka. The organization of the President's Cup was well done and well executed because Sharaf behind.
Because no, the numbers are okay, but when you have a cousin and because
Sharaf was behind.
Because
all the organization in the Yemen and the event
but Gaka committee no more things.
Yeah,
he was there too much.
And I'm a you so crack can be.
On the fast move by.
Yeah.
On the fast move
by. Say, I mean, the entertainment side of the ball, no, and I mean, the competition is successful. All those Sharaf events, you can do.
Past 7 to 8, everybody we are 3 p.m. to 5:30. Yet Messi, yet Ubiasi.